I didn't know if T wanted to do it honest. We live.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see.
I'm gonna go on YouTube
Live.
see what that joint look like over there.
Live and direct.
Yeah, I'm gonna check YouTube too. I'm curious.
I'm going on the book.
I see. Okay, I see.
Oh, that's nice.
Somebody got their
That's
volume
Cedar.
up.
That's you, right?
Is it?
Yeah, we hear it. We hear the
The echo. I hear
echo.
you in the background.
Is it still now?
Yeah.
Somebody got their
That's me.
you, right?
All right, hold on. I'm gonna mute.
Yeah, we hear it. We hear the
echo. I hear you in the background.
Still now?
yeah. Terrence, that's you.
Nah, I didn't even have that video up, so it couldn't have been me.
Terrence, that's you.
Nah, I didn't even have that video up, so it couldn't have been me.
T, that's you. I had mine on mute this whole time.
I didn't even have that screen up at all.
It's coming through. You must have your something's not connected. So when I play something from the speakers, it's echoing. So
Yeah,
if I
mine's
play,
not playing on my computer at all. There's nothing playing at all.
look, I'm gonna go on mute. You must have your something's not connected. So when I play,
Let me mute and see if it's me. Hold on. Let me mute and see if it's me.
So it's Corey.
It's Corey this whole time.
This whole time, blaming everybody else.
Yeah, right? All right, am I back?
We got 4
I'm here.
people.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So live joint's kind of nice though.
Go mute there. That's me. Go to Corey's joint. Hey. Boom.
You.
Am I doing it again?
Yep.
I'm still echoing?
Nah, I don't hear you echoing.
Faint. Yeah, I hear.
Oh
it.
yeah, I do hear it. Yeah. Yeah, what you listening to, bro? Just mute your whole joint.
It's picking us up from the background. Either his headphones.
You got your headphones plugged in?
Well, this is the bravery of going live. You know what I'm saying?
It's one of us. It's always one of us, right?
Well,
I'm still echoing.
Nah, I think you're good now. I don't think your mic was connected. I think you were talking to your headphones.
But I'm good now.
You're good now. You good. And 9 people saw you struggling, so it's all good.
All right, then we might as well listen. We might as well just go straight into it then.
This is brotherhood. This is my brother from another hood. Different color skin, same color blood. Your mama may not cook like my mama does.
Yeah.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Crate Kids podcast. I am one of your hosts, Terrence. I'm here with my brother. Say what up to the world, y'all.
Yeah. What's good?
Crate Kids podcast. You heard?
Oh, that's a dope shirt, C's, man. Where'd you
Thank
get that shirt from, man? That's nice, man.
I got
Nice
it from
red
the
one.
merch store. You know what I'm saying? It only took about a week, but I'll take it though. It felt good. You know what I'm saying?
So see, y'all was way too much information. way too much information.
We're all about transparency. You see what I'm saying?
No doubt. We appreciate everybody that's on the live right now. We ask right now, go to your social medias. If you're watching this, share the live. We on all social media platforms right now. We trying this out. So go on your Facebook Live, go on your YouTube. We on the YouTube. We on Twitch. We on X, aka Twitter. We are on Instagram. So go on to all the platforms. Share the live. All right.
Yo, I want to say something too, though.
Go ahead.
Yo, listen. I want to thank everybody because we got like a 50% jump in our Instagram subscribers in the last week. You know what I'm saying? And I want to thank everybody who's been subscribing to the YouTube. YouTube. Subscribing to the YouTube channel, following us on Instagram, following us on Facebook, Twitch, all that. You know, we just appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us, you know what I'm saying, for this last, you know, we only about really this is our 11th episode. So we still fairly new, but we see everybody, you know, we got people that's following us that don't even comment. They don't say nothing, they just watch. And we appreciate them too. You know what I'm saying? Just as much as we appreciate the people that be, you know, commenting back and forth with us. So we seen the jump and we appreciate everybody following us, you know, everybody you know, going on this journey with us too, because this is new for us too. You know what I'm saying? We out here just trying to be great, just trying to do something new. So we appreciate everybody.
All right.
Well
Definitely
said.
appreciate y'all.
Well said.
So what's good, man? How's everybody been doing this week? What's the word?
Yeah, how's life? You know what I'm
How's
saying?
life. How you doing,
Life is
C's?
good, actually.
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's good, man. Life is good. I actually, you know what's crazy though? Because I actually started this book, man. I'm a little hype about it. I ain't gonna talk about it right now though, but I started this book. I'm really excited about it. So hopefully it turns into something, you know what I mean? I'll
Okay.
keep y'all posted, you know, as I'm
You
reading.
don't got no girls on the front of the book, right? Like nobody, you know what I mean?
Oh, you talking about like with the bunnies, with bunny ears?
Yeah.
That kind
No,
of
you don't got no bunny ears in front of your book.
No, ain't no bunny ears in front of my book, you know what I'm saying?
Somebody he like in his book, he real interested. Okay.
with a little cottontail. Nah, there's no cottontails on the book. Nah, it's good though. It's written by Reed Hastings. So I was excited to finally get a chance to read it. So that's where I'm at right now. So it's been a good week.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'm feeling the specs, man. I might have to go. Do I got to pull my glasses out? Like this is what we're doing. This is the glasses cast now podcast.
I ain't feeling them.
Full transparency. Earlier today, Corey thought I was biting, but this is not prescription, right? So, but they're called gamer computer glasses, right? And it blocks the blue light because I'm on my computer all day. I catch myself squinting when I turn off my computer, so this helps me. So I don't gotta squint and strain my eyes anymore. So I'm not fronting, right? I can still see. I got 20/20 vision. You know, hold on.
Maybe I should have got those years ago, and I might not need glasses right now.
It's a possibility. Or you could just do like Terrence did, pay for his eyes.
Dang, we want blast.
And he paid for his eyes.
I wish I did. You know, he had the best vision out of all of us.
But listen, we got 15 people watching right now, and they want to know what y'all was watching. So what we doing?
Let's go ahead, Steve. You want to talk about it?
I can start off real quick. So pretty much it's called Everything Everywhere All at Once. I think it's got to maybe about 2 years old. Correct me if I'm wrong, T. I think it might be 2 years old. But it's basically a movie about this middle-aged Chinese immigrant who is swept up into like an insane adventure in what she alone like feel like she can save the existence of the universe. And she does this by like connecting to lives that she could have led. But like beyond that, right? Like that's the in your face description. But beyond that, I feel like there was like a hidden story within the story, and it kind of touched on like a parent-child relationship, and it gets real crazy. You know what I mean? And you see a lot of emotions, from laughter, from sadness. It touches on like depression, loneliness. It touches on so much stuff, and then like trying to, I guess, get your approval of your parent, but never feeling worthy enough of your parent, and then your parent always expecting more from you, but not like malice. It's crazy. It's such a great story. But it has fighting in it too. Obviously, you know, I got to stay true to myself. It has fighting, some explosions, and all that good stuff. But it was really good though. It's weird though. It's weird. You definitely got to go in there with open mind. But it was good. It was good. That's kind of what I watched.
Let's play the trailer. Let's show everybody the trailer. That's what we're talking about.
Mrs. Wang. Mrs. Wang.
Mrs. Wang, are you with us?
I am paying attention.
Now, you may only see a pile of receipts, but I see a story. I can see where this story is going. It does not look good.
What's happening?
not your husband. I'm another version of him from another universe. I'm here because we need your help.
Very busy today. No time to help you.
Across the multiverse, I've seen thousands of Evelyns. You can access all of their memories, their emotions, even their skills. There's a great evil spreading throughout the many verses. And you may be our only chance of stopping it.
Don't make me fight you. I am really good.
I don't believe you.
Wow, that was really good.
He's waiting in the wings.
The universe
He speaks of senseless things.
is so much bigger
Script is you and
than you realize.
Of all the places I could be, I just want to share with you.
Remember our mission. Consider the fate of every single world of our infinite multiverse.
There is no way I am the Evelyn you are looking for.
Every rejection, every disappointment has led you here to this moment. Don't let anything distract you from it.
Yeah,
Word.
it was great. And T, if correct me if I'm wrong, you had a chance to watch it too, right?
Yeah. I watched it. I enjoyed it, man. It was one of the, it kind of reminded me of like the Matrix. So Nicola, I answered for you. I got you. It's on Netflix right now. It's a dope show. It kind of reminded me of the Matrix with a mixture of like the Marvel universe when they do like the multi-universe joint. It kind of reminded me of that. So that's why I kind of figured Corey was gonna, slack off on it a little bit. Kind of wasn't his cup of tea.
Come on, man. That's not what happened. Man. I'm telling you. I was doing something else. You know what I'm saying? I was busy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to watch. I was supposed to watch though, so I ain't gonna act like I was supposed to watch it, but I didn't get a chance. I was.
Now I saw love. It's a really good show though. I think I definitely recommend it. It's one of those shows where you kind of don't know what you're gonna get. You kind of like. It's kind of unexpected. It is entertaining where they got comedy in it and it got like some kung fu type joint in there. It's a lot of action packed in there. So and it's very cerebral. So Corey, you're gonna like that aspect of it. Like it was written really well. So I definitely recommend anybody who hasn't seen it to go out and see it on the Netflix.
Yo, listen, I want to give a shout out to Kimmy though, man.
Oh, what's good, Kimmy?
I want to give a shout out to Kimmy because Kimmy is absolutely one of us. You know what I'm saying? She's from the block. She's from the crate. She's from the childhood. She's definitely one of us. You know what I'm saying? We love you, Kimmy, for real. You know what I'm saying? I don't even hear nobody calling her Kimmy no more, but I ain't seen her in a minute.
Word.
But shout out to Kimmy, yo. Word.
Shout out to Kimmy. So it's good.
That looked good though. I ain't even gonna front. That did look good. Yeah. I know I ain't with the, you know what I mean? The kicking and swinging and punching and stuff.
The storyline makes up for it, man. You're not disappointed.
It ain't just kicking, swinging, and punching. Like it's not a Marvel movie. I'll give you that. It's definitely something worth seeing, Corey. You'll like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it.
If not you, definitely Nicola.
Yeah, Nicola. Yeah, Nicola's a lot like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nicola watches all of that Marvel stuff and all that stuff blowing up. And sometimes she get into her mood where she's sometimes she get into her moods where she'll just go all day watching wild Marvel stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't watch it with her.
It's good though, but it's called Everything Everywhere All at Once
on Netflix. Go check it out.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah, that's what's up.
Anybody watch anything else? Or we
I watched a half an episode of The Gentleman on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I didn't watch enough for it to for me to speak about it, but what I can say is that it does look good. It does look like a good show. That's
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm 2 episodes in.
it looks like one of those shows that is gonna be one of those things that you're gonna be looking forward to, kind of like you know, seeing me. I think me and Cedar, we watched.
Oh,
Terrence, you watched
man.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that. So like, you can't wait for it to come back. I think it's gonna be one of those kind of shows. It look kind of good.
Yeah, it's dope. It's so far so good. Like I said, I'm on episode 2. I watched the full first one, and it got some. It's light comedy. It's like dark humor, but it's definitely cerebral type. Not too thinking. It kind of remind me of like Born Identity type joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's one of those
Okay.
type shows. So it's good. It's
Yeah, it
good.
looks like kind of like a crime family type of thing too, where they into something. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they into something. They into something. They're definitely into something.
Yeah,
You know
what I'm saying?
But yeah, anybody that's watching right now, go share the live. Go to the YouTube channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know what you think. If you love it, leave a comment. If you hate it, leave a comment. We want all the smoke. We want all the smoke that y'all giving us. So give us some critique. But hey, fellas, let's move on.
Let's get into some conversations. Listen, this week we talking friendship. You know what I'm saying? We talking friendship. We talking something that I'm sure all three of us can relate to, because before we became who we are now to each other, we was just some friends from the street. You know what I'm saying? We some friends from the block. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna talk friendships, man. We're gonna talk what this friendship mean to you. What type of, I believe I used to think that it was only one type of friendship. And I don't believe that no more. I think there's many types of friendships, and I think different people accept friendship in different ways. You know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. I feel like people accept friendships in different ways. But I could start off with a question. Basically, I could start off with a question. What's your definition of a friend? And I know y'all too, and I know both of y'all's two different types of friends.
Okay.
So what is your definition of a friend? Go ahead, Caesar.
Oh man, damn. I wasn't prepared to go first.
All right, go ahead, Terrence. You
Yeah.
You got me think on the fly too. I got you. My definition of a friend. Pardon me, I just dropped my phone. My friendships are mainly family, bro. So it's that person that you could consider your blood who isn't actually your blood. Those are usually my friendships. The people are otherwise you're just an associate. So somebody that I can trust with sensitive information, with intimate information, who ain't gonna judge me, but also correct me when I'm doing something wrong, right? So for me, that's probably the most genuine form of friendship for me. Any people that I consider my friends, they have that role in my life where they can talk to me and talk to me in a loving manner, but they also could talk to me in a strict manner, like, yo, you messing up, bro. You need to step your game up. You really dropping the ball. You fumbling right now. You need to figure this out. So and I respect it, and I allow them to speak to my life that way. So that is friendship to me. Loyalty, respect, and always covering me and always have that guard of protection. If I could call any one of y'all 3:00 in the morning, be like, yo, I just killed somebody. You're gonna be like, yo, where we hiding the body? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always gonna be like one of those.
First of all, I don't know what Terrence is talking about now.
That's what happened.
I don't know. He's trying to make it as an accomplice to a situation, but I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about right now.
Ride or die, B. Ride or die. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, Caesar, I'm gonna go real quick, Caesar, because I kind of disagree with Terrence a little bit. I used to feel like I only had a handful of friends. I felt like I only had hold up, can't nobody see my face either. I only had a handful of friends. I don't believe that anymore. I believe we have a lot of friends. I think there's levels to friendship. That's how I feel. I feel that I might have a friend that I see in passing. They don't got my number or nothing like that. But when they see me, it's like, oh, what up, Corey? What's good? You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen you in a minute. I think that's a friend to me. I think that especially if it's from high school, I think that's one of my friends that I know from high school. I'm not gonna call them not a friend because I haven't seen them in a while. I think they're a friend. And then I might have a friend that I might talk to once a month through a text message. I think that's a distant friend too. I think sometimes people confuse friendship with close friendships that's associated with love mixed with the friendship. Because you could be friends with somebody but then you got those ones that you close with that has that's friends with love involved. So you might go the extra mile for that person that's close to you, then you might go for somebody that you just hear from time to time. So I think I see that when people say acquaintances, I think that's when they try to, I get it, but I think that's a way to separate, to separate people. I used to think like that. I don't think like that no more. I think like if I run into you in a supermarket and I know you, I think we're friends. You my friend. We might not have each other's phone number, but you my friend. I think there's just levels of friendship. You got people that's right on you that you talk to every day, and then you got people that you talk to once in a while. Why those people that you talk to once in a while is all of a sudden not your friends anymore? I don't believe that.
I don't think that they're not your friends though. That's what I'm saying. So at some point they held that position. You know what I'm saying? They held that position of intimacy in your relationship. So let's use Kimmy as an example. You know what I'm saying? She grew up with us. She was in the trenches with us, right? There's a lot. We had a lot of memories together where we did a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Going into the abandoned buildings and doing all that stupid stuff that kids do, right? That she's still the friend. You know what I'm saying? And that don't change nothing. So if I saw Kimmy in the supermarket, you're right. It's gonna be like old times. Yo, what's good? Kimmy, what's good? Blah blah blah. We gonna rock the same way. That doesn't mean that don't mean they're not my friends. I'm talking about somebody who always held that position. So when I think friends, that's what I'm talking about. When I think associates, I'm thinking it might be a co-worker who I don't really share intimate information with. It'll just be like, yo, we work buddies, like those type joints. So anybody that's a friend, they're gonna hold you down. They're always gonna be there for you. If I call any of my friends, they'll pick up, even if I ain't talked to them in years. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
And I'm gonna let you go, Cesar. But I still kind of disagree a little bit because I feel like all of your friends.
Don't argue with me.
No, I'm not trying to argue. I'm just saying that I think sometimes we put expectations on friends and they're not at that level of friendship. That doesn't mean they're not your friend, but they might not be the friend that you can call 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I think those people are the ones that's close. I think there's levels to friendship. I think there's ones that's real close to you that's mixed with love. I think those friendships is mixed with love. I think the other friends, you got friends that's they get a little distant. Like I talk to him when I see you, we good. But and the other ones I might text here and there, other ones I might talk to once a month. That doesn't mean they're not my friends. They just not as close. You got close. There's a reason why they say things like that's my close friend, because now it tells you there's distance between friends. You like, yo, that's my close friend right there. Are we real close? And then you might see, oh no, that's just my friend. We're not that close, but that's my friend. Right. What you feel, Cesar? You think I'm wrong? You think I'm wilding?
No, I actually kind of agree. I think there's levels of friends, and if you pay attention to the way people say it, you can catch it, right? They'll be like, oh, that's my childhood friend, or that's my close friend, or that's my best friend.
Yeah.
Or just generic, that's my friend. So I think there's levels to friendship. I think there is obviously associates too. But there's some friends that you don't have to talk to every day. You know what I mean? Like you talk to them time from time, but if y'all get together, it's like, it's like you never skipped a day, you never lost a day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I agree.
So I'm right.
No, I'm not saying
I wasn't right. I was right. I think.
I think we're saying the same thing in a different way.
Nicola said, "I love when friends." Let's read some comments though. Let's get these people involved. Nicola said, "I love when friends turn into family," and let's leave that right there for a second though, because that's what happened to us. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know we're not biological brothers. We don't have no blood. We don't share no blood. We share a bond. Our bond
You
made
not
us
talking about that
brothers.
blood pack when we cut our hands? That blood pack? You ain't talking about
Nah, I ain't talking about the blood pack. The person that was you and Terrence. You know what I'm saying? That was nah, but we share that. We share a bond. We share a moment, and we're not the only ones who share that moment. We as years go and distances happen, we never got distant. We kind of stayed with each other, but we share that. You know what I'm saying? In you know, I just want to elaborate on that because Nicola said something about that. What Jada said? She said what? A friend is someone you share an intimate bond with. There are levels, but foundation is having had the intimate bond at some point.
Yeah.
I mean,
You had to have had it at some point in your life. You had to have had that in order for them to be your friend. Now, there's some people in school that you was cool with that ain't your friends. You know what I'm saying? You ain't, if you see them in the grocery store, you're just gonna like, oh, it's good, and that'll be it. You ain't gonna have it's good. Yo, I ain't see you man long. You know what I'm saying?
Caesar, I need you to do me a favor, Caesar. I need you to, because this is what you the tech do. This is what you do. I need you to go to Google and tell me what Webster says a friend.
I already had it pulled up, sir.
Okay, there we go. Where's that? Where's that? Show me.
A definition: a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. She is a friend of mine. We are close friends. That's the definition
like a close
of
friend definition. I don't like Webster because he didn't agree with me. You know what I'm saying? But that sounds like a close friend definition. What this say?
All right. This is Eli James. Love still there, but maybe life happens. Sometimes it's a situational thing, and when people move, for example, you aren't seeing them all the time. It can just life happening bond. It could be a life happening bond still there. Just can't see and be around them all the time. Seeing someone a lot whom you're cool with can encourage deeper bonds also. That's pretty dead on as well. Like you're right. I mean, there's definitely levels. I ain't gonna say like all my friends is on a level that y'all on. But you gotta think about it. There was times when I was in college, Corey, I mean, we brothers, you know, we always gonna be who we are to each other. Yeah. But we went long stints without talking. Like it wasn't like, so then when we did talk, it's just like we ain't missed a beat. You know what I'm saying? I come home, you know, I go see Ma, you know what I'm saying? Like your mom's is my mom's. Like that's kind of how we was raised, right?
Yeah.
So, but there was long stints where I didn't reach out, or you didn't reach out to me, and you had your group of friends, and then I had my group of friends, and then we'll get together. But we're brothers, and we always been brothers from the beginning, right?
Yeah. But Caesar too. Like Caesar went to New Jersey for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But though, right around that time, I think you might have been out of college when Malia was born.
Who, me?
I don't consider us friends though. I don't consider us friends. If you tell me to name my friends, I'm not gonna name y'all.
Right.
I'm not gonna name y'all. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, that's your brother. That's not your friend. Because I think so. I learned early that family is not. It's not. People focus a lot on blood, and it's not. It's on bonds. Because you could have a blood brother or sister that you don't even get along with, you know what I'm saying? And then you can have a friend. I think the longest relationships ever, I think, is friendships. I think friendships is longer than marriages. You could be you could be friends with somebody your whole life, and you could have like 3 or 4 marriages.
It's true.
You have like 3 or 4 marriages. So I think people focus a lot on blood, but it's really bonds. Because you can live with somebody and don't bond with them. But when you bond with somebody, I think that makes family. You know what I'm saying? Because our family is mixed up with a whole bunch of nationalities and everything. You know what I'm saying? Right. They come to the barbecues, they're gonna see a whole bunch of different languages and all that.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people when people do actually, I'm doing a podcast with my brothers. And they're like, that's your blood? And I'm like, yeah. Because it ain't no different. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I call you Ma. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, you know,
we got beatings together. You know what I'm saying? Definitely me and Caesar.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
one time. One
We all raised in
time,
the same
man.
household.
One,
You know what I'm
one
saying?
time I got hit in the back of my neck.
So basically, my definition of friendship, I wasn't right. Y'all trying to say I wasn't right?
You
I
had
mean,
a
I
correct.
was right.
You
though.
had a correct definition of friendship, a correct one.
All right. So what we do? So all right. So we got the definition of what we think friendship is, right? So let's move on though. What type of friend? And I'm gonna put this on the screen, big on the screen, if I want people to see it. What type of friend are you? Describe yourself as a friend, and everybody who's watching right now, we want y'all to do the same. Put in the comments what type of friend are you? You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be interesting. I want to see. What
Yeah,
people say.
because you might think you're a certain type of friend, and somebody might be like, "Nah, you ain't that kind of friend like that.
Nah, nigga, that ain't you.
That ain't you." You know what I'm saying? So
You trying to get people caught on Front Street, man?
Yeah. We're gonna talk about it because you for you to voice what kind of friend you are, somebody gonna have to co-sign it, or they can be like, "Yeah, you that, but not really." You know what I'm saying? So what we doing? You know what I'm saying? See, what kind of friend are you?
Right. Well, we seeing what the comments are saying right now. So Vanessa said
we
down for
can read
whatever.
the comments. She a down for whatever friend. Those is dangerous friends. Let's describe these friends. Down for whatever friends.
She not lying. She not lying.
Those is dangerous friends. Those is friends. See, I'm not a down for whatever friend. I'm not.
Why is that dangerous?
I used to be a down. Let me explain you why a down for whatever friend is kind of dangerous. I'm more of a friend. I might as well go first because I'm gonna go right. I'm more of a friend. I used to be a down for whatever friend. Now I'm more of a friend that try to keep you out of trouble. I'm more.
You always been that friend.
Yeah. But Caesar tell you, we've been have incidents where Caesar was in a little jam or something, and then I turn into another friend. You know what I'm saying?
But you'll still do that to this day.
Yeah. It depends on it. But if you're talking about trying, if Caesar comes to me right now and be like, "Yo, son, I think I'm gonna go shoot this guy real quick," I'm gonna say, "Nah, man. What about the kids? What about Fran? Like, what is you doing?" And I'm gonna talk you off the ledge. You know what I'm saying? Them down for whatever friends is gonna say, "Let me get the bullets to put in your gun." You know what I'm saying? Let's go shoot these people. That's what down for whatever friends. So I think me personally, I'm a very loyal friend. Very, very loyal friend. I'm a friend that's gonna tell you when you're wrong. I'm gonna do that. I'm not a yes man friend. I'm one of those friends that's gonna
hold on. We jumping into what kind of friend you are. We got mad comments first. Let's
let's go. Okay. Read the comments.
Those fuck. Okay.
Down for whatever, but I got questions on the way.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. I'm down for whatever, friend. I got stories.
Okay. We definitely need to hear your story.
We need to hear those stories.
Definitely
take one of them stories in.
Yeah.
Word.
Okay.
I'm a flexible.
Hey, yo.
We gonna pause that, but we gonna pause it. We gotta pause it. You know what I mean?
Hey, my son bugging, B.
You supposed to add some context to that. You know what I mean? But okay.
What you mean by you flexible, man?
What you mean you flexible, B?
Blunt, honest, ride or die.
Okay.
What
else we got?
This is a comment for the friendship one. Corey, you got a shout out.
I agree with Corey, but in a sense where the words play a role. That's my friend, acquaintance. That's my boy, close friend, family friend. I like that.
All right.
I like that.
Good luck, E.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a bang bang friend.
We got a bang bang. Okay.
We got a pause. Bang bang. Hey.
I'm honest with everyone. However, I know how to handle all my friends accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. You gotta know how to. You gotta know how to be that.
Yeah, Eric got paused by somebody.
My man gave it chill comedy, real Corby, whatever type of
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay. I got Harlem Cats.
No.
I forgot Harlem Cats.
No doubt.
Down for whatever. 2 a.m. patio conversations. Fight like a little sister friend. I'll call out when you slipping and lift you up when succeeding. Yeah, you know what? That's the kind of friend I am.
Yeah,
she described me. I'm that kind of friend too. I mean, I'm not a sister friend though.
You get it. Right.
You get what I'm saying.
Oh, what's good, my man GL?
Yeah,
that's my mentor.
I'll call you out.
You
I'm that kind of friend too.
Yeah,
I call you out.
Shout out to my man Big Glenn Lynch. That's the big brother right there. Yeah, he
Okay.
definitely would do that. Nicola
Nicola is,
I'm a loyal,
encouraging friend. Yes, she
yeah,
is. Absolutely.
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 All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead,
Caesar,
Corey. That was
I
it.
want
Just wanted
to,
to make
but I
sure.
already said what I am. What are you, Caesar? I know what kind of friend you are, but what are you?
Tell
What
me.
you?
I'm curious. I'll let you know if you're right or
You're
wrong.
a very, very dependable friend. You're the friend that you
1000%.
can call 3 o'clock in the morning and you'll come pick me up from New York City.
I would.
You one of those kind of Caesar's one of those kind of friends that no matter what time it is, no matter where he at, no matter what's going on, if you tell him you need him, he's gonna be there.
Facts.
That's the kind of friend you are.
That's fair. I'd go with that.
But what
I
you
can
was
go
gonna
with that.
say? And don't bite. Don't bite.
No,
What you gonna say?
nah. I was gonna say I'm the kind of friend that you know what I mean. Like if you want someone to hold you accountable, I'm the kind of friend you call.
That's
you
true.
are.
You know,
That's true.
I'm gonna make sure you whatever you tell me your word is and whatever promise you kept, I'm gonna do my best to help you keep that promise.
Yeah, you nag too. You a nagger.
Oh yeah. Oh,
You
heartbeat. A
Oh,
heartbeat.
he got the memory of an elephant because he'll call you every day and be like,
Didn't
"Yo,
did you say you was gonna write that book
Yeah.
last year?" Like he do that.
Word. I just
Word.
want to see you, reach your greatness. That's all.
And it's crazy because he'll ignore the other like 7 books. He'll ignore those. Like you'll see, I just wrote like 7 though. Nah, but what about this one?
Right. It's the one that you was gonna start off with. It's the one that you
Before we
promised you was gonna do.
go to Terrence, we gotta read some of these too. What it says:
All
I'm a
right.
well-rounded friend. I could be whatever you need in the moment, but I am not above beat down, whether it be you or we jumping somebody. So she gonna beat you down too.
Yeah, you need those friends too. Sometimes you got to smack sense into them. Not borrowing money, I'm begging
friend.
Okay, that's a great way to sum it up. A great friend.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I think being there or not determined a friend.
There we go with closeness. I think sometimes you put expectations on friends that ain't on that level. You got to put the expectations on friends that's at that level. I think.
But I think this is for themselves.
Oh, okay.
They're talking for themselves. What they think for themselves.
Some friends need you to step away from them to understand.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, you got Terrence. What kind of friend are you? I know what kind of friend you are too.
I think I'm probably the ride or die friend as well. You know what I'm saying? Like you call me, I ain't gonna. We're not doing accomplices here, so I ain't gonna say I'm gonna hide the body with you, but you know what time it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you call me, I'm gonna be there for you. I'll bail you out. I do whatever. We about to fight. I come in there. We gonna fight. I'm gonna ask you why we fighting. There's gonna be some questions involved, but I ain't gonna let nobody. But I'm usually the type of friend also where if you're in a predicament and I can mitigate that predicament from happening,
absolutely.
I'm that guy.
I was gonna say
yeah, because I'm saying, we got a lot to be losing to say,
hey, Terrence is describing himself like old Terrence. Terrence today is the mediator friend.
I'm the mediator.
He's gonna say, man, y'all bugging. Well, come on, man. It ain't even that serious. He's one of those friends that's gonna try to keep the peace. He's a peacemaker.
Yeah.
I play the role depending on who it is. You know what I'm saying?
Terrence, you ain't a thug no more. Terrence,
let somebody step out and disrespect somebody that I care for. Definitely not Daryl Jr.
Yo, Daryl is
Daryl is that ultimate peacemaker. But let me be clear. If somebody disrespects somebody that I'm around, it ain't. Oh no, like y'all have a misunderstanding. Nah, I'm smacking.
I wasn't talking about that though. I was talking about, let's say Caesar punched me in the face, right? You're gonna be the one be like, yo, son.
Because y'all both my brothers.
Y'all need to squash that. Like how Caesar, why you do that to him? Like it's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's between two friends. But if some rando punch you in the face, ain't no peacemaker there. I'm not.
They said you getting rowdy, Terrence.
These are my military.
Oh, you be getting rowdy at the base? That's
I don't
crazy.
get rowdy. I am who I am. I
gotta watch those military dudes.
I am who I am. Yo, shout out again to GL. We put him through some stuff in that 2015 deployment. Yo, man, We put him.
Now Terrence trying to give us some war stories.
Nah, ain't no war stories. No war stories. No violence.
All right, so listen. So let's we described what type of friend we are, right? All right, let's move on real quick. Can your significant other have a best friend of the opposite sex?
Hold on. Before you
get it going. Let's get it going.
Before we go into that, right?
Yeah.
First off, go to the YouTube, go to the Instagram, go to the Twitch. Go.
My wife said exactly what I was gonna say.
Friend already on there. Go all over your social medias. Crate Kids Podcast. Go like, comment, subscribe. Go on to all those things. Hey, listen. Listen.
Yeah, let's go.
If you want to get on the live, we're gonna put the put the
link out there.
The link out there. Click the link. You'll be in the back room. We'll put you on here. Your face will come up. You'll come on the screen, and you just talk. You can talk and chat with us. So let's really get interactive here. Go up on here. Hit the click the link in the
put it on YouTube. Put it on YouTube if you could too.
Come and chat with us.
YouTube. There we go. Now
let's chat with us.
We let y'all inside the room, you know what I'm saying? So y'all can actually say what y'all feel. I want to go first though.
Let's be respectful though. Don't come in here acting crazy because we will put you out of the room.
Okay, so there go Terrence being rowdy again.
You know what I'm saying? Rowdy, I'm calming it down. You want people coming out here?
Matter of fact, I ain't going first. Go ahead, Caesar.
I mean, for me, it's pretty simple, man. That's a nah. That's a no.
You say so your significant other can't have a best friend of the opposite sex. That's what you said.
That's a no-go, man. I kind of agree with Prada. Unless you on the other side.
No, read the comment because we need this for Spotify and Apple Music. Read that comment.
You right. No, unless they are gay. If they are besties with a heterosexual friend, they are getting from them. They are getting from them what they can't get from you. I agree, man. I think if you get too close, man, you know what I'm saying? Emotion starts flying. When things get a little rocky, you start running to them, they run into you. You building a relationship, you building a bond. If there's even a slight of attraction, nah, not happening, Captain. Nah. It's too dangerous, man. It's too much temptation, man.
I'm gonna let everybody talk because then I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, man.
Let's read some more in the comments.
Read some comments. Let's read some
comments. We got some
comments. Caller's been calling.
Oh, do you rowdy stuff? I think it's you. It depends on the characteristic of both parties. Not totally against it.
Okay.
That's fair.
That's a maturity. Somebody's mature over there talking.
Shout out to
you call it what you want to call it, player.
I can't comment. I'm biased. I'm a single mom because of this question.
My bad. We stepping on sensitive topics, but that's why we're here.
You guys have
never
watched Brown Sugar.
That was a perfect depiction of two childhood friends, and you saw what happened.
Put the link up.
The link's up. I got you. The link is up.
Yeah, where Eric, come on here. I definitely want to hear your perspective on everything.
But listen.
You want?
Oh no, Terrence. Go ahead, Terrence.
You want me to go? All right. I got mixed feelings on it. Honestly, I do believe that you can have a best friend of the opposite sex. I think there just has to be some kind of boundaries. Like you have to also have a relationship with that person's significant other, right? So if it's a commonality of we all in this together and we all. If that best friend, because I think I really realistically I have a female best friend. You know what I'm saying? So
T, my fault. Can you put the link on your Facebook too?
The link on my Facebook? I got you.
Yeah. My fault.
You could do it. You could do it. You can just go on to Facebook. But yeah, so if you if as long as that person understands that I'm in a relationship and that relationship takes precedence over our friendship in that manner, like I'm always gonna love you and I'm always gonna consider you, but my relationship is gonna take precedence over that. We know the boundaries, and then most of the time, my female best friend that that's Chanel, like that's my sister, right? So, she is usually the one like similar to y'all. Yeah, she'll speak to me like, "Yo, you effing up. You need to get your stuff together. You need to go in and work out your stuff with your relationship. She always promoting it instead of never tearing it down. So that's how you know the friendship is real. When it's the opposite, when they always talking bad about it, you know there's some ulterior motives usually, and that's usually where it go astray. So what you think? That's my opinion. Yes, I think what boundaries.
I want to ask Caesar a question. Now, Caesar, you
hold
said
on before you do that. Let's read his comments.
Yeah, let's read the comment. Read the comments.
Okay, my fault.
I don't see why not. Some of my closest friends are men. I think it boils down to trust and intent. That's what Jada said. He says, nope. He said, nope, that only brings problems. One sad day and sex is kissing happening, then keep it a secret to the grave.
To the grave.
You know? If they were before me, I guess that she cool with that. But anyone after, then we all best friends.
Right.
If it's sexual history, the answer is no. But I am friends with a lot of males because of my careers, and there's nothing more than just friendship. Now we talking best friends though. Yeah, somebody take that.
Go ahead, Cease.
Boundaries. That's the she's just a friend. Well, how did you end up? I'm getting tight. I can't even finish this story. Okay, my bad.
Well, she got a little you could tell she got a little personal.
It's personal. That's personal. Personal stories. That's fair.
Yes, significant others must be involved in the entire relationship, must be completely and totally transparent. But work wives and work husbands, those lines can get easily blurred.
That's true.
Yeah, but
we talking about best friends.
If your best friend is not your spouse, significant other, you're with the wrong person. Now I got to chime in because I disagree with that. I disagree with that 100%. I disagree.
Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
Why. Now, me and Nicola is different. Me and Nicola are actually best friends that got married because we were best friends before we got married. And we've been married together since 16 years old. So our situation is different. But I do not believe that everybody you married to is your best friend. I do not believe that. What if you meet somebody? Some people meet somebody in their like 40s and 50s, right? They get married in like 6 months. You mean to tell me you meet that person 6 months later, they're your best friend? Negative. It's not even logically how you do that. What makes them your best? What makes them your best friend?
So you're saying if somebody got married, if somebody met someone and they got married, and let's say they married for 6 months, but they consider each other best friends, they share all the secrets, there's no hidden agenda, it's full open book, no judgmental, no nothing. Like, you don't think that forms the foundation of a friendship?
I think best friends, part of being a best friend, I believe, comes with situations and longevity.
Right, but longevity will happen, but
then you might become best friends, but you're not best friends.
So what's longevity?
And sometimes you never become best friends when you're married. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't.
So
I don't believe that your spouse is automatically your best friend.
Let me pose this question for y'all.
Not automatic.
What's the time frame for you to be able to call somebody your best friend?
You talking to me?
Yeah, just in general. Like, what do y'all feel? How long of it before you could call somebody your best friend?
I don't think it's just time, though. I think it's situations, right? Like, let's talk us first, for instance, before we became brothers, right? We were friends. Then we became best friends because time and situations, we know each other's darkest times in our life. Mm-hmm. That bond. When I was at my hardest time, y'all was there. When Cedar was at his hardest time, we were there. When Terrence was at his hardest time, we was there. So it was situations along with longevity that made the best friend bond. But I don't believe just because you marry somebody, they're automatically your best friend. I don't believe that.
But I don't think no one even said that though. No one said.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying in the comments,
Nah, one of the comments
Yeah,
I said.
Fran said
said it.
something. She said, if your
If-
best friend is not your spouse or significant
right,
other,
but
you're with the
she's
wrong
saying
person.
it as you should marry your best
So-
friend. You didn't
so
become
Fran-
best friends once you got married.
So, Fran, you think I should be married to Chanel? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
And
In theory, yes.
but you got to think about it. I know all the deep, dark secrets about all that. And Chanel is somebody that's my sister, right? I can never look at her in that light. Most people think she's my blood. You know, let's keep it like that. But like, because I know her and I know her so intimately, I would never want to be with her. Not that she's a bad person at all. She's a great person. But I wouldn't. I know that we couldn't mix in that form of intimacy. But she's still my best friend. I could go to her and tell her anything, female wise. That's my. She's literally the you guys.
She the homie. She the homie.
Right, for the female, right?
Yeah.
She's you guys. So
Yeah.
to me, it's no different. So yes, I have
and
a
you
female
don't
best
and
friend.
you don't think that causes any ripples in your marriage?
Nah, because she's always, like I said, she's uplifting my marriage most of the not most of the time. But she's very wise.
Yeah,
on,
but
what she doing. So and there's
but that could be
transparency there. There's
That could
transparency
be
there.
uplifting
Like
your side, but you don't think your significant other has any problems with that?
nah, she never had. Because I never gave her a reason to.
Okay. So you're telling me if your wife, right, whoever it is, I'm not
let's get to
asking
these
anybody,
comments,
just
though.
general, but any wife that you have a wife, you're saying that she's gonna be okay that you share more intimate conversations and you're more transparent with your female best friend than your wife, and your wife's okay with that?
Yes.
I'm not saying just you directly. I'm just saying.
No,
in general.
I'm telling you, yes. My wife particularly, yes.
Fran says she's talking to me. She says, how at 16 years old did you know your wife was your best friend? She said, at 16, your brain is not even developed. At 16, I didn't know Nicola was my wife. I knew she was my best friend. When we got married, we married as best friends. That's how we did it. I didn't know she was my wife at 16. I had no idea we was gonna get married. I knew we was best friends at 16, though. I knew that for sure. But when we got married, we married as best friends. So yes, am I married to my best friend? Of course. But what I'm saying is that's not the case for everybody. Sometimes you marry to somebody you love, but they're not your best friend.
Or they could be the potential to be your best friend, or they are one of your best friends. They're not the best friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because some people in their marriages, one thing about a friend, I think a friend might do anything for you, right? Anything, whatever you need. Necessarily when you marry, that's not necessarily the case for some people. Your spouse might not do anything for you, and that's just the truth.
That's true.
That's just the truth. They might not do anything for you.
We got somebody in the back room. Let's add them in.
All right, let's bring them in.
Yo.
Hey.
What's good?
State your name for the people.
Man, Eric, man, you know, I work with Terrence, my man Caesar, and I met you when we was bowling, so you know,
okay,
it's all good.
Okay.
But anyway, so I'm gonna say this, right? When you're dealing with friends of the opposite sex, it's very, very fickle. You know what I mean? So you could grow up with somebody and they're your best friend of the opposite sex, and you know for a fact that you don't feel anything for that person.
Yeah.
But you can never ever say that other person doesn't feel or ever began to feel anything for you, right? Yeah. They may I'm not going to say play the background. They'll be respectful of all your relationships, right? But the thing that makes it kind of crazy is, let's say for one day, your relationship of 10 years ends, 5 years, whatever, right? All of a sudden, all those feelings and like just togetherness with that person makes everything okay, and you take it to the next level, right? That's where it becomes fickle to me, because you can never speak on what the other person feels. You know what I'm saying?
Now, whose responsibility is it though? when they see it start getting like that, whose responsibility is it to check it? Is it the best friends that was supposed to be best friends, or is it you?
I believe it's the person. It's the person that's in the relationship to check it.
The two best friends.
Right.
So the one that's claiming to be best friends, once they see somebody else starting to make it more than what it's supposed to be, that's their responsibility to cut it.
Correct.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Also, and because I was in a relationship where someone had a best friend.
Yeah.
Right. And that was when I was young, but as I'm older, right, I realize if that man or woman never asks about how your spouse is doing, then they're playing the long game. They're not playing the best friend. There's motives.
They don't want to come around. They don't want to come to the barbecues. None of that. They want to be like on the low a little bit. I get it.
Yeah.
You know,
that's not your best friend there.
No.
That's not your best friend, right? And like you said, anybody that that you have relations with, it's not your friend. You know, because yes, they'll be respectful during the situation, even though they may not ask about you, none of that. But once that situation is over and you offer it to them, male or female, are they going to take it or are they going to leave it alone?
Yeah.
Now, you know
how do you feel about just because you married that your spouse is supposed to be your best friend?
Supposed to be, no. Could be, should be, yes.
Yeah.
You know, I feel your spouse is kind of like the icing on the cake. If it is your best friend, then that's like great. But that's not always the case. And there are successful marriages where they're not best friends. You know what I'm saying? So when they say you should be, I disagree, because now you're putting yourself in a box and you're living to other people's expectations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So of course, with your spouse, like, you're supposed to have some type of friendship or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
However, I just don't believe it should be.
Or
it could be, or it has to be.
It doesn't have to be your best
friend. It doesn't have to be, you know, because even when your spouse is your best friend, you still have your other friends. They may not be your best friend like your spouse is, but they still are your friend to still give you that space from your best friend.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because best friends don't my bad. Best friends don't, they're not, sometimes they even need a break. Sometimes your brother's your best friend, your twin, your cousin, whatever is your best friend. But even then, you still have time when you hang out with other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It may not be often, but it's still that time where you need that. You know what I mean?
I feel that society probably is answering this question for us, because I feel like we live in a day and time where there's way more divorces than there is best friends splitting up. So if your best friend is your husband or your wife, then why is the divorce rate so high, but your friend that you've been friends with for 30 years is still there? Because I think to say that you automatically, because you're married, you should be best friends.
But I don't know who's saying that though. I don't think nobody's saying that. I don't think nobody's saying once you get married, you automatically become best friends. I think people are saying when you strive to marry someone, you should try to strive to marry your best friend. Just because you got married don't mean automatically your best friend.
I guess
somebody going like that.
If you're sharing a bed with somebody, you want them to be your most intimate relationship, right? That's ideally what you want. But you know, there's no way that Michelle could be closer to me than what y'all are to me, because we've had so much years of experience and memories and turmoils, and you know, I've been through depressions and stuff, and y'all lifting me up. We've been there for a chance, people's deaths and stuff. It's so much stuff that we had that built to what we are, that it'll be hard for somebody who I just met in college. Like, I'm not saying that couldn't be my best friend, but that I met in college to be as impactful as somebody who's been with me since childhood, right? And if you continue, then you build on that relationship throughout life, it's hard for them to become your best friend. So if I have a best friend from that and they're genuinely just a best friend, then they're gonna always prefer you over them, even themselves. So even if they had an inkling of, I might like this person, they're never gonna say that because they respect you and your relationship enough to not do that. And that's what makes them and characterize them as a best friend.
So
can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
My bad. I kind of disagree.
Okay.
So I say that because yes, your brothers that you grew up with, and especially with y'all dynamic, I can see that, right? However, a lot of the things that make you close to them are things in the past, where when you get with your spouse, these are things for the future that can bring you closer. You see what I'm saying? So when you're looking back,
but your best friend still could be there for that.
Yes, they can be there for that. But when you're with your spouse and you're making new memories, you're building a different bond and creating a life going forward.
So
you see what I'm saying?
So can you have more than one best friend?
Yes.
So then that's essentially what it is. Your wife becomes another best friend. It's just not the best friend.
Right. Not the best friend, but another best friend. And I'm just going because you didn't say that. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. That's just how I look at it. You know, a lot of times we look at the things from the past and we hold on to those when you have a whole life ahead of you where you can make more and better memories. You know what I'm saying? So
I want to hear from
let's read these comments. Nicola says, my wife, she says, absolutely agree. No new best friends in the midst of our marriage. Absolutely not. Let's leave that there for a second, though. I agree. In our situation, me and Nicola's situation, I agree with that because of our situation, right? But let's say Nicola had a best friend before we got married. Let's say all of our wives had best friends before we got married. When you get married, right? Do you try to discourage that or change that? Or do you accept that that's Terrence's best friend? That's Caesar's best friend. That's what's your name again? I'm sorry. Eric. That's Eric's best friend. I knew that before we got married. I'm not trying to mess that up. I'm going to accept that that's his best friend. That's not my best friend. That's his best friend. That's my friend, but that's his best friend. What do y'all say about that? Y'all think that's wrong? Y'all want to switch that up, or
go ahead, C's. That? What you got?
Go ahead.
I think it's okay. I mean, because I just feel like it's all how that best friend carries themselves, male or female. You know what I mean? You have to make the spouse, that best friend and that spouse has to build their own bond. Even if it's minimal, you know, hey, how you doing? Glad to see you. You know, you recognize them as one. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But when you start recognizing only one of the person out of that couple, I think that's where the blurred lines start to happen. You know, well, why am I not being recognized? You know, and of course, you may be more excited to see the person that you grew up with than the person that was just, you know, added. But you still have to have that build a certain type of bond with that new spouse to make them feel comfortable, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Let's read some of these comments.
Let's read some more comments. Yeah.
I say each other's case is different, but due to my own experiences, no, my wife cannot have male best friends. My reason being, I have been the best friend in the situation, and we were definitely having sex on the side whenever we could for years. Still to this day,
That's
he
not
does
a
not
friend.
know.
That's not a friend. That's exactly what I said earlier. If there's relations, then my bad.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm saying
That's
too much. But if
that's
there's
different
No,
though.
you're
relations,
good. Talk your
Yeah,
talk.
that
I
that's
just feel like
different. Let's see.
if there was any type of relations, friends with benefits like that, whatever, then you were never a friend. You know what I mean? Of course, you'll play the role. I'll be there for you. I'll do this for you, and this, that, and the third. But that's not a friend because that's not somebody you could bring around your spouse. You see what I'm saying?
That's different. Yeah, that's different.
Like
That's different.
if you bringing your spouse around somebody that you was smashing and that you would smash afterwards, then that's an issue.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she may not even know, but behind her back, y'all two know. And it, you know what I'm saying? Like that's different. So that's just my,
I guess when it comes to me though, Nicola says if the wife isn't the best friend has to know her place and respect that the wife come first. Absolutely. God spouse, not God, best friend, then spouse. People get confused and feel entitled. I agree with that too.
Well, I think for that comment before we move on from that, I just feel you can prefer your wife over your best friend in that hierarchy, and they still be your best friend. Like it's not one of those things like just because you're my wife now I have to automatically have all these expectations put on you. Like yeah. There's some stuff that was developed that she ain't gonna get. We're gonna learn and we grow and we'll mold and we'll bond and we'll get there. But until you get there, that's it. So I mean somebody playing something. I don't know what they're saying. So yeah, that's all I was gonna say about that.
Nicola says that best friend. Wait,
I just do another comment up there because we ain't talk about it. My fault.
Asia says just tuned in. No, husband cannot have a female best friend. He didn't when we got married, and for him to tell me now that he has that would be a problem after almost 16 years of marriage. I agree, 100%. I don't think you should be bringing no new best friends in.
Oh no, absolutely not.
I'm saying if you had a best friend already, right? You have one already. Do you got to let go of that best friend because you got a wife? And I think sometimes I don't want the wives on here to confuse. A wife title is higher than the best friend's title.
Mm-hmm.
That's that wife is having your kids. That's a different level. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to start comparing the levels like, oh, I want to be the best friend and a wife. Sometimes you don't realize the wife is up here. The best friend is below that. It have to be because you didn't marry the best friend. You married the wife. Your wife you wanted to spend the whole rest of your life with. The best friend is just somebody that you just had from the time period. Like I'm gonna tell you my opinion. If my wife before we got married had a best friend, and I say I trust her, and I say that I trust her in situations, then it comes with insecurities that you have to deal with. If that's her best friend, I don't feel right messing up that relationship because of my insecurities. I don't think friendship should ever be ruined, ever. I think friendships is the most longevity thing you can have. There's nothing longer than that. Even marriages. When somebody said I've been married for 30 years, you're like, wow, that's crazy. But I got a friend I've been with for 40 years. My homegirl, my homeboy, like we've been friends for 40 years. Friendships last longer than marriages. So I don't agree with messing up a friendship because I'm insecure about it. Oh, I don't know. Maybe he might like you, or maybe that I married her. So if I'm gonna marry you, I'm gonna trust you until I can't trust you no more. Until you give me a reason not to trust you, then I'm not gonna trust you. But if that's your best friend, then that's my homeboy too. And that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he ain't spending the night or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so, but I can say this, like Michelle and Chanel is going on trips together. They've been on vacations together.
Yeah.
They've come out. Chanel could stay at the crib. It could just be me and Chanel in the crib. Like there's not another person who I can't just be a random person I could do that with. I can't do that with just anybody. But like it's one of those things where we understand like this is what it is, and it's because we established from the time I met Michelle that this was my sister.
Yeah,
I didn't look at her no different than I saw Tikwa or Shishi or Tay or you know Mani. Like it was none of them. They were all the same. Any of them could do the same thing that Chanel did. So it was one of those type, and it was understood and it was proven through years that now if Chanel came here and they did that, it would have been one. It's just be like, oh, that's just like Shishi coming here. It's just be like Tikwa coming here. So that's how it is. But again, like you said, it's very important that we understand that the wife holds the position that's higher than even than that friendship, and we got to make sure that we keep doing that. So that's why I agree that you can have a significant other that is a best friend, because if you really are my best friend, you always gonna put me and my wife above our relationship. I'm gonna stay out of it, even if I feel some type of way. I'm gonna stay out of it because I don't want to come between that. That's a special bond that you made with God. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel.
I read what Fran said just now. She said, what if you meet your significant other who has a best friend of the opposite sex and you notice things that are not best friend behaviors, such as too much physical touch and hugging, etc.? Would it be okay? Nah, not at all. But I think it's for that person to say, the one you trust, is for them to say, yo, what you doing? You wilding. This ain't no best friend stuff. You violating my husband. You violating my wife. I'm out of here. And it's I think it's for that person to check it. That person don't check it, and you got to check it. There's a problem.
Ulterior motive. Yeah, there's always there's if there's motive, then it can never work.
What's up, Ma? I see you out there. Yeah, so I think
my birthday coming up too.
Huh?
I said Mom's birthday coming up.
I think it depends on situations, honestly. I think it depends on if I believe, I'll say like I said before, I believe if there's a relationship before we got together and they like, yo, listen, this is my best friend and this is I'm marrying you. If you having troubles with that, then you know, I don't know, then maybe you're just not probably ready to get married at that time. And that's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's fine. Because, you know, everybody don't, you know, everybody's not in that mental capacity to be able to handle that kind of situation. I've never been in that situation. I'm talking because me and Nicola's situation is unique. It's different. But I know for a fact, I wouldn't try to ruin her best friend relationship to make myself feel better. I'm not doing that. Either we gonna make it work or we just I just can't trust her and we gotta move on. But I'm not gonna say, yo, lose homeboy that you knew for 40 years because he make me uncomfortable. He be making you laugh and all that. That's just telling me I don't trust her. That don't even got nothing to do with him now. It just means I don't trust you to be able to laugh in front of him without something happening. So if you feel like something gonna happen, then what we doing?
Right.
So what we doing? We pausing? What's up? Like, what?
I want to hear Caesar been quiet, man. I want to know what Caesar thinking, man.
What's good, mind? Caesar? What you thinking about?
What's your mind?
Nah, I mean, I hear what y'all saying. I just think, you know, I don't think it's worth putting yourself in constant temptation. I think it could cause problems if you building a relationship with the opposite sex and you building more, or you have more of a foundation with that person than your own wife. I think the priorities is a little flipped. I think there's something. I think your marriage is always going to be capped at a certain level, and no matter if you talk about maturity or immaturity, I think you give your significant other a reason to allow their insecurities to creep in or grow or increase, because you shouldn't be building something stronger with another woman than your own wife. I think your wife takes priority. I think your wife should become your best friend. I think that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? I think
what if it's already built?
I mean, if it's already built, if you already had a best friend, I think that best friend, if they truly were your best friend, they would take a step back, because they wouldn't want to cause a ripple in your marriage. You know what I'm saying? I think obviously that'd still be your friend, you know what I mean, and a good friend, but I don't think they would even want to carry the title of a best friend, and it'd be vice versa. If I had a best friend and she got married, you shouldn't be calling me all the time. You shouldn't be building more with me than you building with that person. And if you ever come complaining to me about him, I'm gonna tell you go fix it. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna be that best friend no more. Your husband should be. You know, that's the whole point of marriage.
That's what characterizes a best friend. You're always uplifting each other's relationship, right? Eric, you had something to say? I saw you kind of you about to chime in.
So I disagree with Caesar.
Yeah, my mom's agree with me, but I disagree too.
Because when you're married, you are one, right? So it's not that you're building or putting this person in this position where your wife or your spouse, period, has to battle with them, right? You're still carrying on your relationship, maybe a slight step back, maybe not even a step back, but that best friend, if he or she is your best friend, and they'll recognize you and your spouse as one. Because when you're married, it's not two people, right? It's one. So once they recognize, okay, when I see Terrence, I see Michelle, right? They're one. And that best friend has to carry that situation as such, right?
Yeah.
Of course, there's going to be times on the side where, and when I say side, I don't literally mean like sneaking or whatever, but yeah, I need to call my best friend, or, you know, I just want to talk, or I want some advice, or, you know, regular best friend type stuff.
So let me ask you something. Are you going to that friend to get advice before you go into your wife?
No. What I'm saying is, if the best friend decides to call Terrence, right? And I'm not talking about disrespectful hours of the night and stuff like that, unless they absolutely are needed. You know what I mean? I think that that's okay, because y'all are.
I think every situation is unique, man. Every relationship is unique.
Yeah.
And I think if that works for you, and you know, for you, Caesar, if you and Fran go this is unacceptable, then it's unacceptable for your relationship. If me and Michelle go, this relationship was here, and I don't want you to be able to dismantle what I built and what I had from the past, and there's nothing there. I trust you, and I ride with you on that. Corey Nicole go, listen, there ain't nobody coming in between us now. But if you have somebody from the past and that was your best friend, it is what it is.
So let me ask this: is anybody in this group right now have a best friend outside of their significant other?
Yes, I already acknowledge that.
I don't. No, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't. But it's because you know.
Wait, hold on. Real quick.
We don't know.
Hold on, real quick. What if which one trumps, right? So, like Terrence said, each situation is unique. He mentioned if you agree to have a best friend or you don't agree. But what if one agrees and the other one doesn't agree?
That's a good question. I never had to deal with it, so I don't know.
You know, so which one trumps?
Well, I just say this. Michelle had a male best friend prior to us getting together.
Oh, you messed it up. That's crazy. That's mess foul.
So then what happened to that?
She decided to get rid of that relationship. I didn't even say anything, and I felt some way, and I even felt some way. I encouraged her to maintain that relationship. I encouraged her to be like, yo, even though, because I didn't even like the dude. I knew he liked her, but I'm like, yo, I don't want.
Oh, that's different then.
I want you, and it's just me. It could have been my insecurities. It could have been a bunch of things, and I had to take myself out of the equation to be like, yo, this is somebody that she says nothing ever happened, right? So I gotta trust her enough to know that, like, this is something it's pure, it's innocent, right? But how dude was rocking and how he never tried to develop a relationship with me. Like, he never, like, it was always like secretive stuff. So it was always, to me, I always felt I was the outsider. Whereas where Chanel, I presented her as, this is my sister. Like,
so you tell
nobody even knew. Like I said, nobody even knew she wasn't my blood sister until you know.
Telling me your wife never felt like an outsider. If you and Chanel got inside jokes, you and Chanel are laughing, play fighting, joking. You telling me she never felt any kind of way?
I can't answer for her in that context to say she never did that, but I always try to make sure that she felt comfortable enough in that relationship to be like, yo, I'm not worried about that at all.
All right,
you know
I
what?
got a question.
Go ahead.
Go But
no, what I was gonna say is that I think I think, you know, yes, the you know, the wives and I get all of that. What I'm saying is that if you're married already and you meet a girl at the job and y'all try to become best friends, I'm not with that. I just want to put that out there. I'm not with that. I'm talking more about if there was somebody, a staple in that person's life before you got there. I think it's selfish to try to dismantle that relationship to make yourself feel good.
But
I think
but
that's
I
foul.
don't think
And I think
I
if
don't
you
think that's the, I
hold on
don't
one
think that's
second,
the
hold on
case
one
though.
second. I think if you genuinely love the person that you're with, you would never try to take somebody away that's been there before you just to make yourself feel comfortable. That's, I think, is selfish. I think that if Nicola has a best friend well before we even got together, and I married her and I trust her, she would have to prove that I can't trust her before I try to dismantle that just to make myself feel like, okay, I'm the only one now. Because friendships is crazy rare. Well, more rare than even marriages. Friendships is rare, very, very rare. A true friend,
A true
is
friendship.
very,
Yeah.
very rare. You can get married 1,000 times, but you can have a friend for a lifetime, and you're gonna mess that up. Now imagine I'm just hypothetical. I meet Nicola. She got a best friend she had for 20 years before me. My insecurities is, y'all laughing with each other. I don't like it. Get rid of him. She does it out of respect for me. Couple years later, we get divorced. Now she can't even go back to that person because that person's gonna feel like you gave me up because of your husband's insecurities. Now she lost the husband and the best friend because of me. That's selfish. And if you trust the person you with, trust them or don't trust them. But don't make them get rid of something that means something to them to make yourself feel good. I think that's selfish.
But I don't think nobody's saying that though. I don't think
No,
nobody's
I'm not saying
you
anybody's saying that. I'm saying that's how I feel. I didn't say nobody said that.
Yeah, but we're talking more on like you giving up that friendship, or not even giving up that friendship, but you dialing it back for the stability of
What
your
does that
marriage. So
mean?
your
What
marriage
does
can,
dialing it back mean? We can't
that
laugh
means
no more?
no, like of course you could laugh, but like I'm sure before you got married, y'all was hanging out, going out to eat, maybe catch a movie, be on the phone. There's some
depends on the
problems.
level of best friend.
Right. Obviously, you're gonna have to dial that back. You know what I'm saying? Like if your best friend has a couple of friends and you're one of them, you might be the closest one, and she got a situation and it happened to be 10:30 or whatever. She shouldn't call you first. She'd be like, "Yo, I'm gonna call the one that's not married first." You know what I mean? Versus like typically she probably would have called you first, but you had to dial it back because I'm sure your wife's not gonna be cool with you hopping out the bed 10:30 talking about, "Yo, there's an emergency. I gotta go handle that." Your wife gonna look at you like you crazy. You
It
handling
depends on the
what?
emergency.
I
If she
think it
understands
depends
that's
on
your friend,
it depends on the relationship, bro.
If she has other friends, I think I hear you. I'm saying if she had other friends and she chose you, I think if she truly is a friend, she should choose the other person that's not going to cause a problem.
So I'll give you an example. See, think of this, right? Michelle's not your best friend. I'm your best friend, right?
Mhm.
If I'm gone and Michelle needs you gonna come over and help her?
Of course.
Why? Because you're my best friend.
Yeah, but that's not the same. That's not
That's
the
a
same
good
thing,
example.
no.
It is. We're one
example.
person. We're one person. So
Okay.
But
I'm not Michelle. I'm not. That would be equivalent if I was Michelle's best friend. It's the opposite sex. So if I was Michelle's best friend,
But no, you're opposite sex with Michelle. So,
but I'm
to
not.
me,
But I don't talk to Michelle all the time. I don't talk to her every day. I don't even consider her my best friend. She's a sister.
But
I don't
I'm
consider her
using
my best
our
friend. So
relationship as an example of a best friend. So
but we're the same sex. We're talking opposite.
I would use Chanel for that. It'd be the same thing. If Michelle wasn't around and I needed help or something, Michelle would have no problem with Fran, Nicola, Chanel, coming over here to do anything to help me get through my stuff. It ain't gonna
Right,
be no
but
ulterior motive of anything.
Do you consider Fran or Nicola your best friend? We're talking best friends. We're saying
I consider you guys my best friend, and that's your significant other.
That's not the question. The question is if you had a female best friend,
and that's why you Chanel in there as well. That's why you Chanel in there as well, because I wanted to make sure that you understood that I don't see her any different than I see you guys, right? So the fact that I see you guys in the same light, that's how she sees them see you guys as well. So if Chanel needed to come here and do the same exact thing that you did, it's no problem.
I hear you. You got to be 100% certain that this does not cause any problems with your marriage.
You want me? I can go up there and ask her. You know what I'm saying? You want me to do that?
No, but I'm just saying because I feel like we making a lot of assumptions on how our wives feel, not particular us, or just in general.
Well, I'm only talking from my experiences.
But you don't. But when I asked you, did she ever feel any kind of way? You don't have an answer for that.
You know, Chanel came to London. She was there a few days before Michelle even got there. Me and her stayed in the hotel. We did everything, and it was never any type of issue.
Clear it up. You did everything. What are you talking about right now?
I said we did anything. No.
At the hotel, we did everything. What are you saying? You got to talk.
We was hanging out. That's this. Like again, I see her no different than I see my biological blood sister. She's exactly the same way.
You tell me I see Corey, had no problem you being in a hotel in London.
I don't think so. I have no. From the conversation of how everything played out, she never said anything to me about it. Never had any strain. We both conversate with her throughout the whole time.
Okay, so let me ask you something. You think that's appropriate, even if you have a best friend, to be in London with your best friend in a hotel with your best friend? You think that's signs of a best friend?
I think again.
First off, she said in a hotel. Real quick, hotel or same room?
Same room.
Yeah, you bugging, Terrence.
Okay.
So you got to think about it like it's
bugging. She's right.
It's the same. It's the same. Like again, like if Shishi came up there, would you look at it anyway if Shishi was staying in my room? No. Why? Because that's my blood sister. And if I view her in the same light, and Michelle views her in the same light as she views Shishi, there's no perversion there. Nobody's thinking of anything. Now, if it was somebody else,
if it was the other way around,
if Michelle had a relationship,
and you tell me she could be in London with some dude in a
viral again.
I know that I'm about to
again. You done did it again. They about to go ham on you. You wilding.
You telling me she's gonna?
I'm different.
My bad. Did I put something out there?
No, I'm different. I'm different. I guess I'm different. I don't know.
You would be okay with that? She could be in a hotel in London with her best friend.
If somebody had a relationship that I have with Chanel in that manner, yes, I would be okay with
you. You can call me immature. You can call me insecurity. You can call me.
I don't have
in the world.
I'm with you, Caesar. I'm with you.
Not happening
because a hotel has 1,000 rooms. So I'm with you. I'm with you.
And first of all, the fact that you left the country,
my bad,
with a
Terrence.
best friend,
this is crazy.
I don't know. That just don't.
Yeah.
That's a bit much. Everybody coming again. That's crazy.
I'm with you. You done did it again.
Maybe it's me. I don't know. It could be me. Now that's something.
They want to put you in the face 5 times.
I need to go have a conversation then. This is something I need to talk about. But you know, my situation is unique.
Now listen, like I told you, my take was this best friend was before, but I agree with you, Caesar. There's boundaries. That's too much. That's way too much. Especially, I can't even think of a scenario that makes sense. But when you at a hotel and there's mad other rooms, I don't gotta be in the same room. You wilding a little bit.
Y'all drinking tea and crumpets.
You wilding a little bit.
Doubt,
but I do believe, like I said before, I'm a person that if I love you hard. You know what I'm saying? Whether you my friend, whether you my wife, whatever like that. And if there's something you love, I'ma love it too. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a person that just, you know, that y'all might have been through the trenches together. It's like Terrence, let's say put you in a situation. Let's say you and Michelle, y'all wasn't married yet, but you got this homegirl from the military. Y'all done been in war situations together. Y'all done been in the trenches, bullets flying, all that.
I'm not,
right?
Monica. I'm not trying to go viral, I promise.
Listen, and then you get married. Who breaks that up? You know what I'm saying? Like y'all got history with that. Like who breaks that up?
But that's a different bond.
But I don't think no one's saying cut that best friend off completely. I just think it needs to be dialed back. Yeah, you just have to dial it back.
But can that person still be considered your best friend though? Or do you got to say you're not my best friend no more?
No,
you're just my friend because I'm married.
If you believe you have multiple best friends, there's no problem with saying that's also a good friend or another best friend. You know what I'm saying? There's no problem with that. But I think if you say, "Oh, that's my best friend," and you don't even count your wife as your best friend, I think that's a problem.
Yeah. I don't want us to get to that. I don't want people to think that that's what we're saying though. We're not saying that the best friend, just because they're labeled a best friend, is above the wife up there.
But I said that.
The wife is at a level where the best friend can never get to.
I get the wife title, but everybody knows, right, that what makes a marriage last, right? What makes a marriage make it all the way to the end is having that best friend, that friend foundation, right?
Yeah.
So scratch the wife title. We all know the wife title is the highest thing, right?
Yeah.
Outside of God, right? We got that.
Yeah.
But what we're saying is, if you got another best friend, and we also saying the foundation of a marriage is a friendship, well, we got to touch on that a little bit then, right? Because then we're saying that, you know, this person, my best friend, and my wife, they both my best friends. That almost sounds like they both at the same level, minus the wife title, right? We're talking, we share the same stories, we have the inside jokes, we shoulders to cry on, the whole 9 yards. I think there's
no vows with one of them.
I get that, but we already established, and you even said it yourself, people could get married 40 times, right?
Yeah.
So forget the vows, right? Obviously people don't follow the vows now, right? So the core of it is the friendship.
Yeah.
So if I'm saying, oh, this other girl's my best friend, and my wife, you know, she's my wife, right? But we all saying in this term right here, in this context, a wife means nothing, right? The title means nothing. It's the friendship underneath that takes you 30, 40, 50 years. So you telling me, or what y'all saying right now is, yo, I got this best friend, and it's cool to have this best friend, and I'm gonna build this relationship with this best friend, but I also got my wife, and I'm gonna build this relationship with my wife too, and they might both become my best friends. I don't see how that works. I don't see how you have a female best friend and your wife is a best friend if we talking the core foundation of a marriage is friendship.
Yeah, but but we talked about that before. You could have multiple best friends though.
Right, but I'm saying your wife, you should be so all right, put it like this. If you get a promotion at work, or the best thing that happened to you, who you calling first? You calling your best friend, or you calling your wife?
Call your wife.
But I don't know, are we?
Yeah, you call your wife. Terrence said something that was interesting though. He said that I don't know which one of y'all said it. Y'all said if you need advice, right? Mm-hmm. Right? And
I think Eric said it.
Do you go straight to your wife, or you go to your best friend? Somebody said that, right?
Yeah, Eric said that.
Now let me ask you a question though. Does everybody give good advice?
No.
All right. So if everybody doesn't give good advice, right? And we just made that plain.
Not everyone takes good advice either.
Exactly. So if you got somebody else that actually gives good advice more than your wife do, right? Are you wrong for asking them for advice and not asking your wife?
I think you should go to your wife first, get the advice from her, and then call your homegirl up and get advice, and then do a comparison. I think if you go into homegirl first before your wife, I think that's a problem.
What if you? I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. I'm asking you this question though. What if right? What if you? Let me see how I can put it. What if you need advice, right? So you know who you marry. Everybody know who they married to. You know, okay. So you want to go to your wife first and say, "I need your advice," but you're only really asking her because you really want to ask this person that's going to give you the good advice, because you know she don't give you good advice.
Well, I think I think your mentality should be as a little messed up. Then you might not marry the right person. You know what I'm saying? Like I think you
because they don't give good advice.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you feel like you can't open up and share and build with your partner, because that's supposed to be your partner, you know what I'm saying? So if you got the mindset of saying, I'm gonna just ask my wife just for, you know, just to stay face, and then I'm really want to ask homegirl, I think that says something. I think something might be a little off in your marriage.
Do you ever feel like
Not
your wife has
necessarily.
I don't
No,
think so.
hold on.
Nah.
Look,
Do you ever
I
feel
don't
like
think
your
so.
wife has ulterior motives, like as far as her perspective could be a little tainted of something? Like, if you go into her advice about something and she wants you to do that particular thing, can't her perspective be a little off? And so you go to somebody who has no gain in this situation where they have nothing, they just speak plainly to you.
You gotta give me an example.
So look, here's the thing, right? You go to your wife, it could be protocol, it could be whatever you want to call it, but you gave her the chance for that 1 in a million time to give you good advice. You know what I'm saying? You got to give her the chance. Now, if you still want to go to your best friend afterwards and get advice and compare and say which one you want to go with, then that's fine, right? But you got to get, and even if it's you're just asking your wife just because she's there, just because she has the title, whatever you want to call it, fine. Some people are okay with protocol. You know what I mean? But you have to go there first.
I'm a little confused just because, right? So all of
you're confused with what I'm saying, or everybody?
No, like with everything about like the bad advice, right? So like I feel like I know pretty much, obviously all of our wives, right, and significant others. We all marry smart women, right? So yeah. I would assume if you're trying to build something with someone, the person you already established this stuff with this woman. You're not gonna be like, yo, I'm gonna marry this person who don't challenge me, iron sharpen iron. You know what I'm saying? Don't help me grow, help me build. Someone I can go and confide to. Like, who we marrying then? If I feel like, yo, I can't.
What if your wife ain't that person? What if your wife isn't that person?
Well, that's something that you got to work on your marriage, man. I mean, that's just a different.
Okay, I don't think your marriage is bad because the person you married to can't really get.
But
right,
listen,
I agree with
think
that.
Giving good advice,
strength and weaknesses, right?
It's a gift.
Strength
like
and
me,
weaknesses.
I'm very, very good at giving advice. Very, very good. Like I've always been since a teenager. I can give you the greatest advice, right? Everybody ain't you.
So give me an example of what's giving bad advice. Maybe I'm not understanding.
Let's say I give you a perfect example, right? Because that person that you asking for advice from, you have to be a certain type of person to be able to even give good advice. First of all, you got to take your emotions out of it. You know what I'm saying? So I can give you an advice that I can say, yo, listen, you can tell me like, yo, Corey, I want to do this. I want to do that. I can say, you know what? I don't think you should do that because this, and this, but you do whatever you want to do or whatever like that. If you have somebody that's emotionally already in it, right? They might give you advice out of anger. They might give you advice out of jealousy. That's not good advice. You know what I'm saying? Because now their self is in it. You got to be able to take yourself out of a situation.
I think it depends on what the advice is, though. Like, I think if we're talking about, yo, should I get rid of my best friend and your wife is jealous, then obviously she's not going to give you sound advice, right? She's talking out of emotions. But I guess we just got to understand what if you married
to somebody that's impulsive, right? So they react.
That's a good one.
They react off of situations fast. They don't think. Everybody's not perfect. They don't think. So you could be like, yo, this person at my job, man, they said this, they said that into me. Yo, quit that job, man. Find another one. That's impulsive. But then you have somebody like that you married to could say, well, calm down. You know what I'm saying? You know, let's you go to work. You know, we're gonna deal with it like this, and then you slowly find another job, and that's a different person. Some people, everybody don't give good advice. And that's not to make them, that doesn't mean that you married the wrong person. It just means that they're the way they're wired, they're just wired a way that might not give you the best advice in certain situations. They might be impulsive. Some people's impulsive. They're like, yo, like I could be an impulsive friend, right? And you could be like, yo, Corey, this dude over here said something to me. Yo, let's go over there and punch this dude in the face. Terrence might be the place like, yo, hold up, man. What about the kids at the crib? You trying to go to jail? You got to go to work in the morning. That's a different type of advice. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you bad advice, but you looking at me like I'm riding with you. But I'm giving you bad advice out of emotion. He's giving you advice out of logic. So I don't think just because you're married to somebody that they're automatically going to give you good advice. I don't think so, because sometimes they might be a person, like I said, they might be impulsive. They might be somebody.
So
like,
let me flip that.
But it goes.
So let me hold on.
Let me,
So let me flip
I just want to say
that.
this one
Hold
thing,
on,
but you can still say your thing. Go ahead.
No, go.
Like it goes back to every relationship has their thing. Like your strength and your weaknesses in your relationship. Like I can go to Caesar for my accountability. I could go to Corey where I need to get wisdom. I can go to like, why am I going to this person for that particular thing? And it's because I trust that their judgment is sound. So that's all I was gonna say about that, Caesar. But go ahead.
So I'm gonna take that same scenario, right? If your significant other is impulsive, then how you think you're gonna have a female best friend and that's gonna work?
What do you mean?
If you can't go to your wife, right, for advice because she's impulsive, right?
Yeah.
So she's gonna react quick, all that. She's not logical. You think with that same significant other, you're gonna have a female best friend? How's that gonna work?
No, that significant other you got is gonna mess up that best friend situation. But whose fault is it though?
It don't matter whose fault it is.
It matters.
It goes back to the same question. Could someone have a best friend of the opposite sex? I think if you have a real logical person, you're gonna go to them first for advice. You're not gonna go to your best friend for advice. And if you have an irrational person, you're not even gonna have a best friend to begin with, right? Because that's just not gonna fly. So it goes back to, at least in my opinion, I think having a female best friend just causes complications unnecessary. You know what I mean? Because you still got to invest time and energy in building a relationship with someone else. So that time and energy that you're using to build a relationship with that person, you should be building your marriage. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
No, so you think that's across the board, or is that different stages of marriage? Like for instance, like this whole conversation doesn't even really apply to me at all. I'm just asking questions to kind of pick y'all a little bit. But like I said, let's say you got married at 45, but you had a friend for 35 years. Like,
I think that friend's gonna respect you enough and even fall back themselves.
Yeah, but if you with somebody,
when you say fallback, Caesar, what do you mean by that?
I keep saying it. Dial back. You're not gonna call that person every day. You're not gonna do the things you once did when they wasn't married. You know what I'm saying? When you're not married, obviously, friends, you go to London. You might kick it at the movies or go out to dinner or be on the phone.
But your wife can't go with you now?
What are you talking about?
She can't go to London with y'all now?
I mean, probably. It depends.
What
it
you
depends
mean,
on,
probably?
It depends,
because like he said, like Eric said,
dynamic.
she's looking at y'all as one now. So now your wife is on the trips. What's wrong with that?
Well, then, I mean, but when you want to just spend some time with your wife, now you third wheeling it when you should be using that time to build your relationship.
See, I think when we say best friends, I think we got to look at it as both sides. They're best friends together, right? So when you're a best friend, you know, subconsciously, you know,
who wants to be the third wheel?
Okay, I'm not gonna go with them on vacation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna ask, can I go with them on a honeymoon or nothing like that. I know that's my best friend. I'm happy for him or I'm happy for her. I'm not gonna do all of that. Best friends know each other like we know each other. You know what I'm saying?
I think
we know like that.
As your best friend, you learn to cultivate those relationships. You cultivate and you're uplifting that marriage. So that's why I think that you can do it, is because if you're really my best friend, you're automatically gonna put me and my marriage over our relationship. So there's no need to dial it back, because you're already automatically gonna go, yo, if I need this person, and say I'm like, you're the reliable person, right? If you had a female best friend and they needed you, they go, Caesar's this person. I'm contacting you and I'm contacting a friend. And I'm going, yo, I need blah, 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 blah. Caesar, can you help me? And it's one of those, because you develop a relationship with both of the people.
But I'm not saying they're no longer friends. I'm saying they're no longer going to be that best friend who you were doing the certain things that you were doing before you got married. That's the whole dial back.
But you're dialing it back because of your significant other or because of how you feel.
Can you put Mom's comment back up there?
For the respect of the significant other.
Put Mom's comment back up there.
And the thing is too, like, maybe we should have someone on here that is married, has a healthy marriage, and has a female best friend to get a perspective, because none of us have Terrence, you said you have a female best friend, but for the most of us, none of us have a best, a female best friend.
Listen, wait, let's see. I hear what you're saying. Let's read this comment though. Ma said, "I totally agree with C's. If you can't go to your wife and you need somewhere else to have, I'm reading this all crazy. Got my glasses.
If you can't go to your wife and you have a need to go elsewhere, you have other problems.
Yeah.
Most of the time, your spouse is going to tell you what you need to hear. Your friends may tell you what you want to hear, but that's not my friend. If you're only telling me what I want to hear, you're not my friend.
Yeah, and I think
So
I think that's I agree and disagree a little bit because
me too.
I don't believe that just because you're married to somebody that they're going to give you the best advice. I don't believe that. I think giving good advice is a skill. I think that's a skill. I don't think that's something everybody got, because you got to be able to use wisdom. You got to be able to take your emotions out and say, okay, I'm going to give you a logical advice on this, and I'm not going to give you an emotional advice. I'm not going to give you a jealous or anger advice. I'm going to tell you exactly what you should do in this situation. Sometimes you might be married to somebody that might be giving you advice out of a place of the past. You know what I'm saying? Are you able to take yourself out of a situation and give somebody in some advice? I don't think just because you marry somebody that they're going to give you the best advice in the world. I think there might be somebody that gives better advice than you, but I do think you should consult your wife or your husband first and let them know, like, yo, listen, this is what I'm going through, but I think I might need to holler at this person right here, because that's just what they do. They give great advice. They've been giving me great advice for 40 years. They got me to where I'm at right now for giving me great advice for 40 years. I met you because of the advice they gave me.
I don't think there's nothing.
So
there's
why
nothing
take
wrong.
that away?
There's nothing wrong with outsourcing, and I, at least for me, I'm not saying take it away. I think we got to be very cautious of when we say, can we have the opposite sex as a best friend? A best friend, you're talking, you've been through a lot, you building a strong bond, you building relationship. Essentially, you building the foundation of what a marriage should be, the fundamental blocks of what a marriage should be. I think we should be very careful how we say best friend as the opposite sex.
I guess it goes back to your because I believe I have multiple best friends, right? You know what I'm saying? Like I it's not just like this is my best friend, this is it, this is the all end all tell all. That's not what it is. I have a circle of friends. You are all my fist. So if I got, and it's only a handful of people, but those are the people who are my best friends. So if I need advice or something, I'm probably contacting all 5 of y'all about that same thing. And it just happened to be one of them was female. You know what I'm saying? So if I it's crazy that I got y'all 3 here, because Eric is one of my best friends now. You know what I'm saying? Like I met Eric in 2012 now. So I knew 12 years, 11, 12 years. So I went to him with stuff that I just similar stuff that I went to y'all with. So it's no, I can't say it's the longevity that automatically comes and makes you the best friend, but it is the trust, it is the advice, it is the I went to this person that gave me advice. I went to this person with this. They preferred my marriage over this. If I go to my best friend and automatically you're always putting my wife down, yo, she ain't good for you, blah 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 blah. I gotta start thinking about that stuff, because now you're not promoting health and wellness. You're promoting like, yo, you're tearing down a marriage. You're supposed to be uplifting a marriage. And if you ain't got nothing good to say, so it's when I go and I say the best friend, can you have snicker out of your best friend? I don't even think that, because I don't just have a best friend. I have a group of best friends.
But it's funny. I'm gonna let you go. See, I'm sorry, but it's funny you said that though, because the friends that you asking for advice, right? One is, they all giving you advice out of love for you, though. They are. One might tell you, yo, man, get out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to be happy, right? And then you might have somebody else say, yo, man, just wait it out a little bit, because they love you too. And now they want something to work for you. I don't know, but that also goes for what I said before, advice. Some people don't give you good advice. They give advice out of emotions. So that one person is giving you advice because somebody made you upset. So now they made them upset because you mad. So now they're gonna be like, yo, man, yo, bounce. And then another person able to take the emotion out, say, yo, see the big picture. Let see if you can work this out. See if you can get, see if you can get through this. So that's what I'm saying. Not that you can be married to somebody that don't love you, but their advice might come from you got some wives that you with, right? Some wives you married to, like you know how many people up here they say they was ride or die? Ride or die people do not give you good advice. They didn't say that, but they do not. Ride or die people do not give good advice. They don't. Ride or die people, you be like, you know who's ride or die? Remember the movie I said wasn't all that good? Set It Off. They was ride or die friends. What happened? What happened? You know what I'm saying? Ride or die friends will get you locked up. That's what's gonna happen. But that's not saying they're not your friends. They just ride or die. You might be married to a ride or die though, and you be like, "Yo, man, this person said something to me at my job. Yo, I'm gonna go up there and punch that person in the face. What that gonna do? Make you lose your job? Make y'all lose your house? You know what I'm saying?"
I don't know if ride or die just necessarily means that. I think you narrowing it down on a more negative aspect. A ride or die could be like, yo, I stick with your job, keep your job. You lost your job, I'm still riding with you. How we gonna come up together? How we gonna make this money together? That's a ride or die too.
That's true.
That was a spin though, because those people in them comments, they say they ride or die.
But we don't know what that means.
That means whatever you with, we with. Whatever you with, I'm with.
I think that's how you read it. It could also mean when the chips is down, I'm with you.
I mean, technically, ride or die. At first, until he said what he said, I was like, I agree with you. But ride or die is kind of like, yo, whatever happens, happens. When you really, right. But
so when I think of a ride or die person, it's like if you go and fight.
He's gonna say something. What you say?
God, my bad.
But ride or die, like you said, like what Caesar was trying to say was, I'm a friend for you through thick and thin.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where, like you said, the people in the comments ride or die, meaning there's no rationale, there's no nothing.
No.
We either riding or we dying.
But I don't think
that thicker thin is what Caesar's talking about.
Yeah,
ride or die is something else.
But that's when I hear ride or die, that's what I'm thinking too, because I feel like I'm that friend, right? Caesar got a problem, I got a problem too. I don't like that person. I'm gonna go
listen to the logic you're using.
Yeah,
right. But listen, hold on, hear me out. So if Caesar got a problem with somebody, all right, Caesar, you got a problem with this dude? All right, we're gonna go over here. Now Caesar might be thinking irrational and he might do something, right? I'll go over there. I got Caesar's back, right? Caesar's getting in the fight. Now I might jump in the fight, or I might be like, yo, why you fighting this dude for? That's I'm still the ride or die friend. I'm there for him to support him through his up and his down. That's ride or die.
But I'm trying to understand.
And then he goes like, yo, chill. Real quick. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna smack this dude. I'm like, all right, you smack him. We're gonna jump him, and then I'm gonna tell you that was stupid. But
here's the
advice is backwards.
It is bad.
Right.
It is bad
here's
advice.
the thing about
that's what I think when I think ride or die.
And that is ride or die, right? But like Corey said, that's not good advice.
Right.
Because why even put yourself in, especially nowadays, put yourself in a situation where there's conflict.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And nowadays that could go left real quick. So now you went from the ride to the die for nothing.
But that's the right portion of it.
So what I'm trying to understand
is you're not agreeing with C's, you're agreeing with us. C's, his terminology is thick or thin. You lost your job, you out of a house, you could come stay with me. You know what I mean? I got a 1-bedroom, you got 3 or 4 kids and your whole family will make it work. That's thick or thin. That's not ride or die. Right.
So okay. So y'all say that, but I'm doing a quick search, right, on the Sling dictionary, right? So ride or die is extreme loyalty to someone. So what does it mean to ride or die? Ride or die is an expression indicating extreme loyalty to someone or something, right? So what I'm trying to understand is why do we assume ride or die
is extreme.
Extreme loyalty. Extreme loyalty could mean yo, if you ain't got no money, we living under the bridge in a cardboard box. I'm living with you. That's extreme, right? I'm living in extreme conditions, but I'm gonna ride with you all the way. That doesn't necessarily. I don't understand why we necessarily hone in on the yo. If he fight, I'm a fight. Or yo, if you go smack somebody, I'm gonna smack somebody, or if that advice, right? Like, I don't think any of us right now.
I think Caesar's a ride or die for me. I know if if I needed something, Caesar would be there for me. If I whether good, bad, or indifferent, he's always gonna be there. Corey, same thing. I know Corey's gonna be for me in a different light. He's gonna give me advice, but if I need somebody, if I need it, Corey's gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I think of it as. So this is a great example. When we were on a trip in DC, and one of our friends got into a conflict, and I go, yo, Eric, I'm about to punch this dude in the face. Right? You remember that when we was in the club, right?
I remember.
I said, I'm gonna hit this dude. You got my back. You go, yeah. You didn't. It wasn't one of those. It was a logic thing. Yeah, it was. You understood what the scenario was going on. Like, yo, they disrespecting the dude. I think they about to hit.
But you have to understand, Daryl was there. I knew it wasn't gonna go too far.
But you didn't know me. This was our first. This kind of our first kind of real altercation.
So, okay,
right?
so
if I'd have went over there and smacked the dude, it wasn't one of those things where it was like, oh, he smacked him. Oh, I didn't expect him to actually do it. You know, you would have been no. We fighting and then we'll figure out like, yo, that was stupid. Why'd you do that? You put me in a bad position. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think about that. But
okay, so let me ask you a question then. So would you consider Eric giving you bad advice, or he's a person that gives you good advice?
Eric gives me good advice.
So there you go. So he's a ride or die, but he can still give good advice.
Right.
I agree. So I do believe you can be ride or die or thick or thin, depending on the situation.
You don't think they're synonymous?
I don't think they're different. I think it's one and the same.
Right.
I think thick or thin or ride or die is the same.
The only thing about the different, I see what he's saying. The only thing about ride or die is that, let's say we had a movies, all four of us, right? And somebody start beating up Caesar. We riding, right?
Correct.
Yeah, but that's
but let's say we at the house and Caesar says somebody at the movies is waiting for me to go beat them up. Now it's like, why are you going over there?
Right.
But
like, what are you doing?
Are y'all still ride or die, right? So that's what I'm trying to say. No
if
matter
Caesar decides to go over there, are you gonna go with him? Are you gonna let Caesar go by himself?
No, I'm not gonna let him go by himself.
Exactly. That's ride or die.
But that's what I'm saying. The situation, regardless of ride or die, is just the context might be slightly different. If the chips is down, y'all got my back. Y'all ride or die. If I happen to be in a situation that
put it like this,
and my back is against the wall, y'all got my back.
I put it like this, right? You got a friend that you know is a firecracker, right? Live wire, all that. He's ready to go at the drop of a hat, right? He's ride or die. Then you got another friend. Again, like Corey said, he's going to think about it. He's going to give you the logic first. If you do this, this is going to happen, right? Now, the dude is waiting at the movie theater, right? Are you going to, who are you going to talk to first? It's not like us four here where because none of us are really live wires anymore. I could kind of sense that, correct?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but you got that friend that's still in the street, which we all have.
Yeah.
Right? Are you going to tell him the same thing you tell us?
No, I got too much to lose.
Exactly. So, therefore, you have ride or die and you have thick or thin. There's a difference.
And that logic just answered my question when I asked you if you got to ask advice from certain people. That he actually just answered the question because you said,
but that's completely certain people and your wife, two different things. That's
so
two different questions.
So if you put it this way, Caesar, if you know you're married to a live wire, like he says, and if I tell her she's gonna want to get in the car and go down there, right? Potentially put herself and us and our family in danger, would you still tell her?
You got it. So eventually I'm gonna have to tell my wife. I'm not
No. Ain't no eventually. I said right now, at that moment, ain't no eventually. You know that she's gonna go out there, potentially get herself in trouble, and you and your family. Are you telling her first?
Well, I'm probably not gonna talk to nobody right then and there. I'm gonna let the situation calm down. I'm not gonna be like, well, this particular situation, let me go tell my best friend. Because if my wife is a live wire like that, if I go tell another girl, I'm not even gonna have a best friend. Let's be real. If she's a live wire like that, I'm not even gonna have a best friend. So your question,
all I'm saying is that forget the whole best friend thing. What I'm saying is that you could be married to somebody that don't give good advice.
But I know, but I never disagreed that. But I'm saying it's a separate question. You went from one of the questions was if your wife gives bad advice and your best friend gives good advice, are you going to go to your female first? That's different. If I know my wife doesn't give, if she's very irrational, I'm not going to go to her. But I don't mean I'm going to go to my female best friend either. Like,
but you're only not going to your female best friend.
Out of respect for my wife,
know that your wife is gonna be upset about you going to your female best friend.
Out of respect for my wife, yeah.
So then, where would you go? You would go find a male. You'll come to me. You'll come to Corey. You'll come to somebody else.
Of course.
Right. So,
but that also goes back to what I was saying about dialing.
It's the respect of the relationship. You respect the relationship enough to know that my wife doesn't agree with this relationship in this magnitude. She might be okay with it being in this and her giving, buying gifts or whatever the case may be. She's okay with that relationship, but hey, this is crossing the line in the boundary of my relationship. So it's
absolutely my wife comes first. So whatever makes her feel comfortable, that's what I'm gonna do. Right. If this friendship makes her feel uncomfortable, then I'm gonna dial it back. I didn't marry my best friend, I married my wife. So that's who I'm trying to build this lifelong relationship with.
So essentially what you're saying is you're willing to get rid of. Let's say you had a let's say
get rid of.
No. Well, I'm saying you're willing to basically dial okay, you say dial it back, but you willing to something that you've had your whole entire life, right? Let's say you 45 years old now. You had this best friend for 38 out of those 45 years, right? Young kids, elementary. You're willing to, when you get married, you're willing to change that relationship. Because dialing it back is cute.
It has
but
to
you're willing to change that relationship.
If you want to use the word change, you want to use stronger words or
you're willing to change that relationship with somebody that you met later on in life, right?
Absolutely.
Because for them, right?
Yeah. So because how am I gonna give if my wife is not okay with it, how am I giving our marriage a fighting chance? If I'm telling her,
I don't think you're not giving your marriage a fighting chance just because you have a best friend.
I think so.
Corey,
how are you even talking? You don't even have a female best friend. So I don't know.
Exactly. But I don't have a female best friend. I don't have a female best friend, but I value friendship.
I get that.
When you value friendship, and you realize
your wife is your best friend, so you value that, right? So if any of us are in our mindset marrying our best friend, and our best friend is like, yo, I feel a little uncomfortable for whatever the reason may be. So what should I do? Tell my wife, nah, listen, she was here from the jump. She's my day one. Deal with it.
Nah,
so let me know how far my marriage is gonna get.
I think, like I said, it goes back to your relationship with that. If when you got somebody that's your best friend, when I got you and I'm just using that as best friend, I'm not sexualizing anything at this point, right? I got you. You understand that me and my wife have a dynamic about ourselves, right? That you need to go and develop your relationship with yourself. So you took the approach where that's between you and your wife, right? That's what you do. That's the same thing that would happen in the opposite sex when if they really are your best friend, they go, listen, that's between you and your wife. I don't want to be involved in that. Me and you, we got what we have. I love you. I'm always gonna love you. But you need to develop that. And if they're not giving you that advice, they're not your best friend. Because that's the same thing you would give me.
So let me ask you
something. As my best
friend. You telling me, all right, I'll use your scenario, Corey. Childhood. You got this girl. She's your homie. You telling me you get married. You telling me that relationship don't shift a little bit. It don't change a little bit. It stays the same.
I ain't even gonna front. I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's say me and Nicola never got married, right? And we was best friends from 16 all the way up now until we 40. I don't want to give our ages out, but that's what we 40, right? And let's say I met somebody 2 years from now and I get close with them and we end up getting married about a year after that. I ain't dialing back my relationship with Nicola. I'm not.
So you
I'm not doing
you let
it.
me know how
I'm not saying she's gonna be spending the night. I'm not saying she's gonna be, all in our business. But you got to understand, like, friendships is. I'm not saying doing anything inappropriate. I'm not saying that.
No,
but if it makes you uncomfortable that we laugh and we got inside jokes, something is wrong with you. But that has nothing to do with me.
So
that has nothing to do with me. Let's get some inside jokes then.
No, so look, so what Corey is saying, right? And this is how I'm interpreting it, right? If he marries this person, him and what is it, Nicola? Right?
Nicola.
Right. He said he's not dialing it back. He's just including the spouse into the relationship. Because again, the marriage, you're one, right? Of course, there's gonna be times when he talks on the phone and they laugh, they joke, and it's no different than his wife talking on the phone, laughing and joking with even her female best friends, right? He's just including her in the relationship that he had. He's not excluding her at the times when they're on the phone or whatever. He's including her. And I think, sees that might be where you're looking at it different, as when he's talking to his best friend and not his wife, he's excluding her and not including her. If they're laughing and joking and they have an inside joke, he could say, hey, well, back in 1991, this is what happened, and include her in the joke so she's not left in the dark. Now, whether she finds it funny, that's something different. But at least she understands and can judge for herself. Well, all right, that's their little inside joke, whatever. You know what I mean? Because everybody has inside jokes, right? Technically, I'm on here. Y'all grew up together. I don't know everything about y'all, right? But y'all included me in the situation, right? So that's all that's happening is when he has this friendship that he had for 30, 40 years, whatever, right? And he gets married. Now she's included, and the whole relationship, friendship wise, is together. Of course, you hold your wife at a higher standard, right? But the three of y'all are you now have a friendship together. She's not, no one's excluded.
I hear you. I hear what everybody's saying, and I value what everybody's saying. I just, you know what, maybe we need someone on here that actually has a healthy marriage and a best friend, and get that perspective and see if it's doable.
I think that I think it's all about personality and the type of person. For you, Caesar, you wouldn't be able to handle a male best friend for a friend. For Corey, if that relationship was already there, he's okay. He can handle that relationship.
I think we all saying it, and none of us been in this situation, so it's easy to say it.
Nah, I think we going by our own personal stuff. I'm just
when I first came on,
not a jealous person. I'm not.
When I first came on, I said I was in a situation when I was young.
The only thing that'll make me jealous, it is petty. The only thing that makes me jealous if Nicola tells me, like, she could come home from work and be like, yo, my coworker brought some food today, Indian food that he cooked from home. What? Who cooking for you? That stuff bothered me for some reason. I don't want nobody cooking for you at all. I do that.
But see, look, so like I said, when I first came on, right, I said my significant other at the time, even though we were young, she had a best friend that she grew up with, right?
Yeah.
Saved her life and everything, right? So, and that's how I learned that if they don't ask about you and how you're doing and talk to you and put it on speakerphone and we all laughing and joking, then they're not your best friend. They're not your friend, period. You understand? So my ex at the time, she had a friend. And at first I was like, that's the first time I ever experienced it, right? I'm 22 years old. She's like, yeah, this is my best friend. What you mean by that? Like, he's my best friend. We grew up together. Pictures from birthday parties when they 3-4 years old. You know what I'm saying? So once the relationship started to really develop, and he would call, of course, he didn't call her like just to talk at 10, 11 o'clock at night. I understood it. And I understood it because there was nothing there. Just like Terrence said, he looked at Chanel just like that's his sister, right?
Yeah.
So there is no blurred lines. This is who she is, this is what she is, this is what she's been to me. So moving forward, the three of us, which is really two because you and your spouse are one, you're just including her in a relationship that you've had, you know what I'm saying, moving forward.
And you don't think that relationship changed at all? It stayed the same, or if not grown?
What with
the best
her?
friend?
I mean, I was comfortable with it. So according to my knowledge, no. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I think it goes back to your individual, what your preference is. Some people just ain't comfortable with the opposite sex. Some people,
and that's cool.
And that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people they're like, yo, I understand you had that relationship. I understand because I've had those type of relationships. Then don't cut that person off. Cultivate that relationship. Include me. Once you decide you don't want to include me and you prefer me over there, then now we gotta have a discussion. Yo, this is getting a little out of hand. I know you got past and you got experiences with this person, but I don't feel like I'm included in your relationship. That's where I think, the blurred lines, but you gotta make sure that you guys understand and have camaraderie and a clear understanding of each other, because some people personality just can't do it. Some people personality be like, yo, you shouldn't hang out with Caesar. And I've had times where I was like, yo, don't hang out with Caesar. Caesar's a bad influence. I'm like, what? Caesar?
Yeah.
What? You crazy? You think
they probably said the same thing about me when I was outside thugging. You know what I'm saying? But listen,
don't do that. But that's, again, it goes back to the personality of you and of your spouse.
And I'm gonna say this, and we probably gotta get up out of here too, because Caesar's pushing the button on us. He's saying we gotta wrap it up. So
yeah.
That was me.
All I'm gonna say is that, right? Because my whole scenario was you meeting somebody, you marrying somebody, but they already had a best friend already, right? I think when you meet somebody and you like somebody, I think we all have a village of people around us that make us who we are, right? And I think that if you look at that person like a threat rather than somebody that's there that made the person that you ended up marrying in the first place, and you want to remove that person because of how you feel and you can't deal with it, you might be removing a piece that they need for their life that you probably can't feel. You just probably can't feel it. And you don't realize that just because you're their husband or you're their wife, that you can't feel that spot because that spot been there for 40 years. That's what made them who they are. You know what I'm saying? And you marry that person for who they was. When you start messing with the circle and you start rearranging the different dynamics of what that person need for their life, you start messing with that person. You start messing with that person's life too. Like that person might be the person that they call when they feel like jumping off of something.
Yeah,
and
but I don't
that person away because you trying to be that person that you're not even equipped to be that. That's not who you are.
I don't think that's what we saying though. I don't think we say remove the person.
But dialing it back could potentially remove them.
No, not really. If you friends, when I say dial back, I mean I said it and I say it again. Dialing back just means you might not hang out as much as you once did. That don't mean y'all don't still have the bond and y'all still don't, give each other advice or nothing. Y'all just might not.
I think that'll naturally happen.
If I'm a suicidal type of person,
it'll naturally happen.
But if I'm a suicidal type of person, right? And every time I felt like jumping off of something, I would call this person, whether no matter what time it was that night.
Right.
According to you, dialing it back is I can't do that. I got to go to my wife, who might not give me the best advice.
I didn't say that. I'm saying dialing it back means y'all not gonna be able to kick it. I don't think you should go to if you feel suicidal and you feel like you can't go to your wife first. I mean, that's something you should question your marriage about. I mean, that's something real
nothing to do with marriage.
If that's your best friend, you married your best. All right, I hear you.
But that's what I'm saying.
People go see psychiatrists for that. They ain't married to them.
So you telling me you go see a psychiatrist and your wife has no idea you see a psychiatrist? She has no idea you're depressed.
She has
no idea you're suicidal.
Your wife might not be there when you're talking to your psychiatrist.
I'm just saying. So you're married, seeing a psychiatrist, sharing that you're depressed and suicidal, and your wife has no idea. That's a healthy marriage.
Your wife might know you feel like that, but your psychiatrist can walk you off the bridge.
I understand that. I'm not
Your
saying
wife probably can't walk you off that bridge.
I'm not saying it's your wife's job to walk you off the bridge, but I'm saying the fact that your wife don't even know. That sounds like an unhealthy marriage. But that's what you're saying. You're saying you're suicidal and you're calling your best friend. You telling me you can't talk to your wife first and then talk to your best friend?
So basically what you're saying is, I feel like I'm gonna jump off of something. Let me go talk to my wife real quick and skip the person that I know that they've been walking me off the bridge for 40 years. I'm gonna go run to her real quick because I'm gonna make her feel good before I jump.
No, but I'm just thinking that's a little weird that you would not even go to your wife before you would jump off the bridge. So you're saying you're ready to end your life today.
Yeah.
The last person you want to talk to is not your wife, is your best friend, and that's
I want to talk to the person that walked me off for 40 years.
I'm just saying that's healthy.
Whoever that is, that's the person I need to talk to because that person's the reason why I'm still here right now. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having somebody there that's just part of your circle that's always been that person for you, and you can't be everything to your spouse.
I didn't say you being I didn't say be. No one's saying be everything. No one's saying that. But I'm saying
if you're not the psychiatrist part. Let him talk to the person that can get him right.
Is your best friend a
person.
Psychiatrist? So your best friend's a psychiatrist. She's a licensed psychiatrist.
She don't have to be a licensed psychiatrist. Okay. She could just be a person that been walking me off all of these years.
But again, it goes back to the inclusion, man. If you're that person who talked that person off to the bridge the whole time, when you call your best friend, your wife should be included in that conversation as well, so they understand what's going on. And the wife should be like, "Yo, this is the person that was talking you off the bridge. That's the person who's going to talk you off the bridge."
I understand that.
But before we end it, go ahead, Cesar.
I'm not disagreeing with what y'all saying. I'm just saying I'm asking a simple question. You telling me if you best friends with a female, you get married, you telling me that best friend, that relationship with that female best friend doesn't change at all? It doesn't dial back at all.
All your relationships change.
But that's all I'm saying. Y'all saying no, it don't change. You don't dial it back.
I guess it depends on when you get married and where you at in your life. Honestly, I think it depends on that. I think if you had that best friend for over 30-something years and you get married after that, I don't think that relationship is probably going to change too much. But
I think it changes based on availability.
Yeah, that'll change. But put it this way, see, I'm gonna ask you a question and we're gonna end it, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say your wife, let's go back to the suicidal thing, right? This person been walking her off the bridge for 40 years, right? Let's say she come home. She said, I was about to jump, but I called my friend and he talked me off and I'm back at the house. You gonna be mad?
No, he saved her life. Why would I be upset?
So what? But she never told you. She never told you he talked to her. She just came home and said, "I."
She did tell me.
No.
Came home and
she told you after, not before.
Right, but I'm saying if that was if he's more experienced than I am and he gives better advice, I didn't say I disagree with that for suicidal for a moment like that.
No, I'm talking about saying she told you after the fact, not before. She came home and was like, "Listen, I feel better now. I felt suicidal. And I'm back at the house. He helped me out with that. Would you be upset?"
No, because I'm not. That's the least of my worries right now. The fact that she's all right is the biggest concern to me.
Yeah, so you basically agree with me then.
But I been said that. I said I agree. My question is, does the relationship change?
No, but you're saying no, I gotta talk to the wife first.
No, I'm saying like in general, the suicidal. If that's who you're calling, that's who you're calling. Yeah. But you started off originally like if you're in the bed, you get a suicidal thought. The first thing you're gonna do is call this person. I would assume you would wake up the person who you right next to and say, "Yo, look, I'm feeling a little depressed. I'm feeling a little sad." Now, if you went out of that and did it, I'm sure if your significant other cares about you, they're not gonna be mad that you did it in the moment. But there's gonna be some concern, like, "Yo, you couldn't come to me. You didn't feel like you could come to me." Then that means I gotta check myself. Maybe I'm doing something wrong as a significant other that you felt like you needed to go to the other person first and not come to me. I'm doing something wrong. I'm feeling. Because like you would think the person laying next to you, that's the first person you would want to wake up like, "Yo, look, I'm having suicidal thoughts. I'm stressing."
Yeah,
I'm not gonna skip past my wife in the bed and go call some other shorty. "Yo, look, I'm stressing." Then
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you in the bed with them. I'm just saying
that's what you said though.
No, I'm not. I didn't say the bed. I didn't.
But you say you wake up. You say you wake up. You feel suicidal. You get suicidal thoughts. You call.
I don't know if I use the word wake up, but
all right. Well,
yeah, we out of here though. Well, listen,
let's end it there. You know what I'm
Yeah, we
saying?
gotta- listen,
We getting a little because you know everything is circumstantial. I understand. We appreciate everybody coming on today. We
Word.
appreciate all. Yo, we had a great turnout. So shout out to everybody who turned into the live, who shared the live. We really appreciate it. I know we got a little intense today. It wasn't all the comics and laughing, a lot of stuff that we were going at. It was a little more intimate conversation. So we appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate my brothers for coming in and sharing it and being vulnerable. You know, say I love y'all and I am y'all ride or die, you know what I'm saying? But that's more the thick or thin. So just know that if you need to call me at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm there. If I gotta call you 3 o'clock in the morning, we're gonna be there. And it is what it is. And nobody's fighting and nobody doing all that because we got so much to
Moreau.
Shout out to Moreau, shout out to GL, shout out to Eric for coming on the podcast. If you guys are on the live and you want to come on the podcast and be like how Eric was today and give your 2 cents, by all means, come on, join us live. We love you guys. Go to the Crate Kids podcast on all their social medias. Y'all got anything to say?
Nah, just that this episode was brought to you by Doc Temp app. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say with that. And that's what it was brought to you by. You know what I mean? But now this was a mad good discussion, and we're gonna have a billion more of these kind of discussions because they good, you know what I'm saying, and they need to be had. And we appreciate everybody for coming out. Make sure y'all go check the merch store and get y'all some shirts, some hats, you know what I'm saying, some mugs. You know what I'm saying? I got the mug right here. They got the shirts on. And support what we doing, man, because like I said, we know this is our grassroots, and we just gonna grow bigger from where we at right now. See what you got to say, man.
Man, it was a good topic, man. Good conversation. I appreciate everyone that chimed in. You know what I mean? And shout out to Eric for getting on. We hope that other people, you know, take the initiative and hop on, man. It's just good conversation. We hear everybody out, you know, no judging, and just good conversation. I love it.
All right, man. So with that said, you know how we end it off. Crate Kids forever.
Crate Kids.
Peace.